in Lake Havasu as the 11th-seeded Lake Havasu Knights host the 14th-seeded or ranked Coconino Panthers here in Desert Country. I am Dave Zorn along with Reggie Eccleston with you here tonight, and Reggie, this is going to be an interesting ball game. I mean, this time of season, even though Coconino's missed a couple games due to COVID early in the year, kids are starting to feel it a little bit. I mean, it's getting toward the end of the semester. Obviously, Coconino's had a rough a couple games. Two of the last three games have been hadn't gone so well, but this is where your mentality and your mental presence and your work ethic and your want to kick into gear right here, right?
Yeah, this is where desire comes in. These guys know they've had a tough season. It hasn't gone completely the way they wanted. They started out real well and then had a couple of lapses the last few weeks. So tonight is one of those games. If they really want to make it to the playoffs, they have to win tonight. So this is going to be a tough matchup for them. This Lake Ham is a very the coach earlier in the week, and he says they're a legit football team. They're playoff bound themselves. And so this is really the type of game at this time of year that is really a good, it's kind of a good indicator on where your team can be. If you can put up good numbers, play strong defense, score points, win this game, you can compete in that state tournament.
Yeah, and technically, Coconino is the underdog in this game, and they're the 14th seed playing the 11th-seeded Knights here tonight. So a win here now it helps you straight the schedule as far as those ranking points. But you beat a higher-ranked team, that's going to give you a little bit of boost too. That almost kind of will put them in the playoffs if they win tonight. Obviously, you want to beat Flagstaff next week in the Sky Dome, and that's everybody's goal at this point. One of their goals is to win that game at the end of the year. So, but that's why this game is important. If you win this game, you win next week, you're in regardless. Whether they host the game, they're going to need a lot of help, I think, to host a game at this point. But you just want to get in. And, we were talking to Coach Laps, and you'll hear a little bit. I don't know if he mentioned this during the interview we had with him earlier this week, but, he mentioned that the road record's pretty good with him, except for the game of Bradshaw. But, they don't mind that at all. Also, you're going to hear and see a couple different names that we haven't called out this year. There's going to be some kids who have worked hard in practice the last couple weeks. They're going to get an opportunity. You're going to get some playing time in this game against Lake Havasu. So some new blood possibly in there, Reggie, tonight for the Coconino Panthers.
Well, tonight's one of those games. Yes, you're playing to try to save your playoff life. And if you can win this game, you're going to be in. But you're also playing for the future. You've got some young kids that may get an opportunity tonight because, this is what's going to carry the program through. We were talking earlier about the feeder system and football in Flagstaff, especially here at Coconino High School, is the future's bright. They've got a good feeder system. And so you want to start trying to see what some of the younger kids can do against talent like a Lake Havasu. And if they perform well, guess what? They'll come back next year and carry it over. I'm not saying the season's over by any means, but I'm just saying this is how you build a program and you really help yourself as you move forward in the future. So it's exciting.
One name we're going to be calling out probably a lot tonight from Lake Havasu City is their junior running back, Isaac Stokey. This kid's a bull. I mean, 6 foot, 210, 215 pounds, has rushed for over 100 yards this year and 22 touchdowns. He had 5 in the last game against Australia Foothills, not the Australia Foothills team kind of we saw last year in the playoffs. A lot of seniors have graduated, but still, this kid can run and run hard. I watched a lot of video on him this week. I like downhill between tackle hard running backs that run the ball regardless of what uniform they play. Mm-hmm. This kid is that kind of back. They're going to have their hands full trying to slow this guy down. Not only that, they're a decent passing offense too. Their quarterback has thrown for almost 1,000 yards this year, but they don't throw a ton. They throw an average about 13 to 15 times a game just to kind of keep the defenses honest. So, again, Coconino's got their hands full with an offense that's pretty balanced.
Yeah, they're well balanced, but I tell you what, this Stokey, he's a load, man, and that's going to be the key if Coconino can kind of control the line of scrimmage and keep him contained, not let him break out on big runs or just bull his way down the field consistently, then they have a very good chance. But they are a very well balanced football team. But the key for Havasu really is Stokey to that run game is tremendous.
Yeah, there's not a lot of guys a lot of teams that have slowed him down. He's had at least 2 touchdowns in every game this season.
Yeah,
that's getting it done if you're a kid like that. For Coconino, I mean, this year it sums it all up with Cooper French. I mean, he's come on, he's had an amazing last 4 or 5 games. He's rushed for just over 1,200 yards total. in the last 6 games. He needs 549 yards, by the way, in the last 2 games to break the single season rushing mark at Coconino. That's held, by the way, by Zach Bennett. So you can tell that Coach Lapsey likes to run the football, especially the last couple of years. But I don't know if Cooper's going to get that. I mean, another 300-yard game is, I guess, possible. And he went off last week for another 140-yard or so offense. And even though Coconino couldn't move the ball, especially on third down situations against a Bradshaw defense that all of a sudden has become very, very good defensively. He still got over 100 yards, 140 yards. So we expect that out of him tonight. I kind of want to see. I mean, I know we've been saying a lot this year, and it's a lot to put on Enoch Watson, who's been the quarterback. But they got to throw the ball a little bit. I mean, I know they're trying to, but they got to have some completions. They got to have some focus when it comes to the passing game, because if that starts clicking, that's going to really open up Cooper and Gallardo and some of the other backs here for Coconino to really then open up the offense. So that passing game's got to start clicking here. It's got. I mean, no better time than the present. They got to start doing that tonight. And it's like it's tough. I mean, there's been some drop balls. I mean, it's got to. It's just the focus.
And that's been the biggest thing for him. He has put the ball, in the receiver's hands quite a few times, and they've dropped him. And so, that gets a little frustrating. Then that doesn't help him build up the trust in the receivers. And so he's never really been able to find that go-to guy. It's something that the coaches have tried to put him in positions where the game slows down. Because, you got to remember, he's only 15 years old, man.
That's true.
He's only 15 years old.
I know. And that's what I'm trying not to pick on him.
Yeah.
He's only a sophomore.
And he's got a very, very bright future. So you want to try to put him in the best situations, because when all of a sudden you see he's trying to read what's going on, and then it gets a couple of guys that put a little pressure on him, he gets a little skittish, and rightly so. I understand it. But these are the types of things that if he can kind of get the game slowed down just a little bit, and the coaches can help him by getting them into a rhythm, throwing short, quick passes, which can be an extension of the run game, that'll help him get the confidence and build. And before you know it, he'll complete a big one, because he has a big arm. Yeah. And he can complete a big one downfield. But again, the key is for these guys to catch the football. They've got to catch the football.
All right. Let's kind of tell you what's going on in the rest of high school football around the area tonight. Of course, we're here at Lake Havasu as Coconino takes on the Knights. Flagstaff Eagles up the road about an hour or so in Kingman, taking on the Lee Williams Volunteers tonight. And the big one in the Grand Canyon region, the region title game tonight, the Prescott Badgers and the Bradshaw Mountain Bears. The what is it? It's the I can't remember what the name of it now is. I have it in mind. I'll say it later. I'll think of it.
You'll get it figured out.
The Crosstown Showdown. That's what it is. The Crosstown Showdown. It's a Bradshaw Mountain team everyone left them for dead about a month ago.
Yeah.
And here they come up and beat Flagstaff. They beat Coconino. Can they beat Prescott? Yeah. That defense is I mentioned the last couple weeks we've had Bradshaw the last 2 weeks. It's boring but effective. I mean, it really will lull you. It lulled us to sleep with Jeff and I last week. But and even the offense. I mean, they get little chunks. They get to like 3rd and 4, and all of a sudden they get the first down. They get little chunks, get 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, they get the first down. And that's the drive they put together against Flagstaff. We mentioned that last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. And then they put together a 6-minute drive to beat Coconino last week. And they took a knee inside the 5 again. And I mean, if you're a fan of defense, that's awesome. I mean, but it's got them back in the playoffs and a chance to win the region title. Now, in the 4A, to make the playoffs, all it is top 16. You don't have to win the region title. So Bradshaw Mountain can win tonight and miss the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's possible. I don't think they will, because you beat Prescott, you're gonna get about a 4 or 5 spot jump in the rankings, and you're gonna be in there. Yeah. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen in that game. And by the way, that's one game that our good friend Matt Showalter will not be broadcasting tonight. And you've heard Jeff. He was on Jeff and I's Faith the Competitive Edge show a couple weeks ago. I mean, Reggie and I have known. Reggie's known Matt for 4 or 5 years now. I've known Matt for about 10. I got a text from him on Tuesday that he got COVID. And it's a very serious. He got hit pretty good, and he's in the Yavapai Regional Medical Center down there in Prescott Valley. So I'm going to take it upon myself to dedicate our broadcast tonight to a guy who is veteran broadcaster, has done so much for me since I've been up here, and us really one of the nicest guys on the planet, and the voice of the Bradshaw Mountain Bears, Matt Showalter. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, buddy. We hope you can pull out and get back, and we'll see you again next year, next football season. So everybody out there, if if you're a faith believer, say a prayer for our buddy Matt Showalter tonight. I know he needs it. Quick before we go to break, let me go down the list of the 4A rankings. And again, we're still waiting for American Leadership Academy Queen Creek to fall out of the open, and it's not happening. Cactus and ALE Queen Creek are both in the open bracket playoffs, so they'll go up against, if it ends up like this, they'll go up against Chandler, Hamilton, Chaparral, those teams in the world. But it opens up 2 spots in the 4A playoffs to kind of move up. So the rest of them. So Post and Butte sitting at number 3. If Cactus and ALAQC are 1 and 2, they're not, but we're just going to go through this. Casa Grande's 4, Mesquite's 5. Mesquite blew out Prescott the other week, a couple weeks ago. Prescott 6, Glendale 7, St. Mary's 8, Apache Junction 9, Buckeye 10, Havasu. The Knights here tonight, they are sitting at number 11 in the 4A rankings, sitting in a nice spot actually. Number 12 is Ben Franklin. Number 13, Greenway. 14, Coconino. CDO. 16 is Deer Valley. Then Bradshaw Mountain, and then Lee Williams. If the playoffs were to start today, the Grand Canyon region would have 4 playoff teams amongst the top 16. That's pretty good. That's pretty good competition. But, Lee Williams also, wants to get that win tonight. They play Mingus next week. So as far as, strength of schedule, it doesn't help them out much at all. They're going to have to need some help. They're going to need, probably Coconino. Well, actually, it's probably a wash for Lee Williams. Lee Williams played both teams. So, and they beat Lake Havasu, and they lost to Coconino. So they probably want Havasu to probably win this tonight for a strength of schedule boost for them. But it's all going to play out in a couple weeks, and tonight's going to go a big way, especially this game. It's number 14 Coconino at number 11 Lake Havasu. The winner of this game could probably write their ticket to the 4A state playoffs. The loser might need a little bit of help, and if you're Coconino, this is a must-win game tonight.
Well, back in the day when the Boston Celtics and Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce won the championship, what Kevin Garnett say?
What's that?
Anything's possible.
By the way, Reggie's from Connecticut, if you can figure that part out. We're going to take a timeout. You will hear from Coach Mike Lapsley and his thoughts of last week and how they rebounded from a just incredibly disappointing effort and disappointing loss at Bradshaw Mountain. You'll see, you'll tell us how his team's practice this week, getting ready for Lake Havasu, and then we'll come back and finish up the Pick and Run pregame show. So on Calf Country 93.5 and AM 930 on the radio, on calflegends.com on the net. You may be watching us right now on our YouTube channel on the Great Circle Media TV. We are streaming live, so go to YouTube, punch it Great Circle Media TV. You are going to see the video. You're going to hear us on the broadcast as well. Hopefully we all stay on the air. So right after this, you'll hear from Coach Mike Lapsley, and we'll be back to wrap up the halftime show right after the interview as well. You're listening to the Pick and Run pregame show on the Highlands Fort Coverings High School Sports Network.
When it comes to quilting and crafting, quality makes a huge difference. At Odegaard Sewing Center, they strive to offer quality goods and services. Odegaard's is home to 3 generations in the sewing business in Flagstaff. Come on in and they'll treat you like family. They're located at 2109 North 4th Street. They sell sewing machines and fabrics, service.
I was thinking about turning down the return because of the commercials. Do you want me to keep it up, or do you want me to just keep it up?
Flooring. High performance runs deep. Deeper visuals, deeper protection, deeper warranty from the #1 preferred brand in flooring. Pergo Extreme Rigid Flooring offers unmatched durability and a guarantee you expect from a high-performance floor with the widest selection of beautiful, authentic wood and stone patterns. For details, contact Highlands Floor Coverings today at 774-6700 or stop by their showroom at 2009 North 4th Street for all the details.
Pick and Run convenience stores would like to wish the Flagstaff schools a successful and safe football season. Be sure and skip the Flagstaff traffic on your way out of town to Friday's big game and stop by Pick and Run, located 6 miles south of Flagstaff on Interstate 17, exit 333 in Kachina Village. They have everything you could need for that out-of-town road trip. Fill up the tank, grab your favorite snacks, ice-cold beverages, and enjoy a delicious Subway sandwich on the road. So when your team takes you out of town, think of Pick and Run, I-17, exit 333 in Kachina Village.
Back here in the Pick and Run pregame show, here with Coach Mike Lapsley. Coach, we're over at Havasu, non-region game, but hey, it's a playoff game. Both sides, for both teams, it's a playoff game, so might as well see what happens. So how was the week so far?
It's it's been good. We're getting excited about this Friday.
long bus trip. Obviously, you've got it's probably the longest of the year. It is the longest of the year. So what kind of things do you do to prepare for that? Probably 3.5 hour bus ride at least. So, extra fluids, food, that kind of thing, everything pregame and a little bit differently this week, right?
Yeah, we've done the Mojave in the past, so it's not too far off of that. But yeah, typically we get, some extra snacks in them, extra meals in them, and tell them to put their headset or their headphones on, listen to some music, relax, and think about the game.
So just ask this out of last week, you've looked things over. Any thoughts coming out of that game now that you have some time to think about it?
From last week?
Yeah.
Really, I keep coming up with the same answer, which is they wanted it more than us, and I think that was very evident. We didn't execute. We didn't do the fundamentals the way that we typically do. At the end of the day, it's one of those situations we got to learn from.
So, we're still – our goal is still there. We can make the playoffs, but we have to pretty much win out at this rate. We're in the playoffs now. Have you seen a lot more buy-in, a lot more enthusiasm this week, maybe weeks past?
Yeah, I think there's a sense of urgency. That's kind of what our message has been all week is, knowing we present it, they know what's going on, but just keeping that urgency every day and each rep and throughout practice.
Health-wise, I know a couple of kids got banged up last week. How are they coming in this week?
We got a couple that are on the doubtful list, but I would say for the most part, everybody's pretty healthy, ready to go, and we'll just kind of watch those injuries as the days progress.
And with Havasu, they after this game tonight, they actually could be region champions depending on another game. But they've got obviously run heavy, and rightfully so. They got a really good running back over there at Havasu.
Yeah, they're well coached. They're good at what they do. You can tell they execute, they understand the system, and they're just really good at both sides of the ball at what they do. They're having a lot of fun too. You can tell even on film they're enjoying it. It's going to be a challenge for us, but that's what we like. We like the challenge.
Well, it's playoff time technically. We're still got 2 games of the regular season left, and of course the big one next week. But it's playoff time. that's where the situation is, where the chips have fell for you, and you went out. You're in the playoffs, and it starts 0-0, and a whole new season starts. So, good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you. We'll try to talk to you at halftime. We'll see how everything goes today, but we'll definitely talk to you in the game.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, that's Coach Mike Lapsey of the Coconino Panthers. Back with more on the Pick and Run pregame show next on the Highlands Fort Calvary's High School Sports Network.
When it comes to quilting and crafting, quality makes it.
Folks, we'd like to apologize for Reggie's cough into the microphone right there
Sorry.
during the interview. He's got to figure out that he's actually live here on YouTube at all times. Sorry, breaking it. Now back to the Odegaard Sewing Center.
Service sewing machines and offer classes in a wide range of interests. Odegaard's is proud to support our local high school sports and would like to wish the football teams of Flagstaff and Coconino High Schools a great season. Pick and Run convenience stores would like to wish the Flagstaff schools a successful and safe football season. Be sure and skip the Flagstaff traffic on your way out of town to Friday's big game and stop by Pick and Run, located 6 miles south of Flagstaff on Interstate 17, exit 333 in Kachina Village. They have everything you could need for that out-of-town road trip. Fill up the tank, grab your favorite snacks, ice-cold beverages, and enjoy a delicious Subway sandwich on the road. So when your team takes you out of town, think of Pick and Run, I-17, exit 333 in Kachina Village.
Back here at Lake Havasu City High School, home tonight. On the Pick and Run pregame show is 19 on the field, like 9 minutes left to go in the pregame warm-up. So I think that maybe this might be senior night here at Lake Havasu, but I'm not sure. I don't know what the protocol is here, obviously. So they're doing some pregame stuff. So we actually may bug out at pregame here in a minute because we don't want to talk through the anthem. But let's keep going back to some other games here as the 3A and 2A playoffs start tonight. So number 2, Snowflake will host number 15, Monument Valley. Number 13, Payson's at number 4, Yuma Catholic. And in the 2A playoffs, number 9, Holbrook is at number 8, Wilcox. Number 11, the St. John's Redskins, my boys, over there in Camp Verde, taking on the Cowboys, the number 6 seed tonight. Down the road here in Parker, the top seed in the 2A bracket, they'll take on the Red Mesa Redskins, the number 16 seed in the 2A. So Parker, the number 1 team in 4A, you got a winning program here in Havasu, and I think Mojave was around 500 this year. And River Valley's good. Yuma Catholic is good. I mean, all of a sudden the Colorado River teams are doing some good things in football on all levels here. The 1A semifinals are tonight and tomorrow. Mogollon and number 4 Mojave Accelerator is another one that's doing good. It take place tonight. That is at Coronado High School in Scottsdale. The other semifinal is number 2 St. David against number 3 Williams. That is tomorrow, again at Coronado High School in Scottsdale, the 1A semis. And we'll see if the Williams Vikings can go and win another state championship in the 1A. Something they've done a couple times now since being down in 8-man football from going down to 2A a few years ago. So go Vikings. We're all in this together. So go Williams. Hope you guys do well. We just kind of wrap it up here. The series between these two teams. Coconino leads the series overall 9-4. Over the Knights have won 2 straight and 3 of the last 4 in the series. The last time the two teams played was over 7 years ago, right here in Lake Havasu, where the Knights won 54-14. We kind of told you about everything coming into play for the Coconino Panthers. They need to win tonight to really solidify their footing in the 4A state 4A playoffs. Obviously, we told you about Cooper French, junior running back. Last game against Bradshaw in the shutout loss, he ran the ball 23 times for 141 yards. So, and he had 141 of the Panthers' 158 yards rushing. So you know how important he is to this Coconino offense. Told you about Havasu, the guy to watch out for. Their running back, 6 foot, 215-pound junior. That is Isaac Stopke. He had 194 yards rushing on just 15 carries and 5 touchdowns last week against Australia Foothills. NAU does have their eyes on him, by the way. So they're looking at this kid really, really close. I actually like him better on defense at linebacker. He doesn't get a lot of snaps. He doesn't have a lot of tackles at linebacker. Man, that kid's got a motor on defense. So I actually like him on the college level a little bit better at linebacker than I do at running back. But still a talented player, especially at running back for Lake Havasu. We told you about the passing game. Got to keep that honest. As their senior quarterback, Austin Head, he's thrown for nearly 1,000 yards, has 6 touchdowns but 4 interceptions. However, he was last week. They throw the ball on average about 14 times a game. He's not a threat to run. He's pretty much a pocket quarterback. He's doesn't have a ton of yards or even rushing attempts. So he's more of a stay back and be in the pocket. So again, the Coconino defensive line has to put pressure on Lake Havasu tonight, especially up front. That's going to be my key of the game, honestly, is the trenches. Coconino's got a bigger team. Most of the time, they're more skilled. They're going to have to be tonight. If Coconino wins the battle of the trenches on the offense and defensive side of the ball, they're going to win this football game, I think. That's where it's got to be won tonight.
Well, the key I have right now is they really need to start fast this week. I think if they come out and they, get the ball right away, if they get the ball first, if they could score on that first drive, that'll build up that confidence right away. If they are on defense, they need to get a big defensive stop pretty quickly, get the ball, and then, get it down the field on their first drive. Play with a ton of passion. I want to see these kids flying around the field tonight, passionate. This is one of those games they've got to look at it like this is our season right here. And if they play that way, I think they'll be fine.
Right now, the Panthers are down about the 5-yard line to our right, and they're taking a knee. They're listening to Coach Schwetz right now. They've listened to Coach Lapsley over there. Coaches are getting their last talks. He's like, guys, this is a playoff game right now. We are in the 4A state playoffs, so let's play like it. Let's play like we were the number 1 seed in the 4A 5 weeks ago, which they were. And they've got to remember who they are. They got to remember who their identity is. They're a tough physical football team. They've got to get back to that.
Yeah, Coach mentioned that to me earlier. He kind of gave me the thumbs up, a little pumped his muscles like they're ready, and I believe they're going to be ready. I know the coaches have done everything they can, and one thing I've always talked to Coach about, all you can do is do what you can to prepare the young men. Once they're between those stripes, it's up to them.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting close to the end of pregame, so we'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff tonight. Big-time football game along the Colorado River. It is the Coconino Panthers on the road at Lake Havasu to take on the Knights, number 14 at number 11. We'll have the kickoff next and the play-by-play on Calf Country 93.5 at AM 930, online at calflegends.com, and on YouTube at Great Circle Media TV. You can watch and listen to us at the same time. We got a lot of different ways of keeping this game tonight. We're glad you're with us. We'll be back with the kickoff next on the Highland Floor Coverings High School Sports Network.
This has been the Pick and Run pregame show on the Highlands Floor Coverings High School Sports Network. The show was brought to you by Pick and Run and Odegaard Sewing Center. We're moments away from kickoff of our game of the week on Calf Country 93.5 AM 930 and streaming live on calflegends.com.
Flagstaff parents, don't fumble with your children's dental care needs. For over 30 years, Northern Arizona families have entrusted Around the Mountain Pediatric Dentistry's board-certified dentists to give their children winning smiles. Call or text their offices today to get your child's next appointment scheduled. 928-779-0385. Score a touchdown with your child by giving them the dental care they deserve with one of Around the Mountain's board-certified dentists. Call or text 928-779-0385 to schedule your child's appointment.
We all save up for things, only to have what we saved up spent on things we weren't actually saving for, like tires. The team at Big O wants to help you protect your investment. That's why we offer both free tire alignment checks and realignment services. If you're experiencing an off-centered steering wheel, premature and uneven tire wear, or lower gas mileage, it could be a sign your vehicle is out of alignment. So before you get new tires, stop into your local Big O for a free alignment check. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hi, Ryan here with Frederick Fisher Jewelers, and we would like to wish all Flagstaff High School football teams a safe and competitive season. Frederick Fisher Jewelers has been locally family owned and operated for over 38 years. We do repairs on site. We have the best diamond prices in town, the best selection of natural colored stone jewelry and wedding bands, and financing up to 2 years, no interest on approved credit. We have all your jewelry needs covered. Conveniently located in the Flagstaff Mall. Frederick Fisher Jewelers. Let our family be your family's jeweler.
This is KAFF Flagstaff, K228XO 93.5 Flagstaff, your home for the legends of country and the high school football game of the week. Football is a game played by young and old at all.
It's time for Coconino Panther football, brought to you by Great Circle Media TV. And now, here's Dave and Reggie with the Pick and Run pregame show.
At the high school level, it's a player's chance to give their all for the glory of their team, for their school, and for the community.
You all know what you have to do. Remember, no one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around. This is your game now, gentlemen.
From the starting quarterback to the reserve lineman who only plays in blowouts, every player plays a role in getting to the top of the mountain. From two-a-days at the beginning of training camp to the final game of the season, the student athlete pushes their bodies and minds to the limit for a little taste of glory.
Will you ever quit? No! We want some more! We want some more! We want some more!
For the Flagstaff Eagles and Coconino Panthers, that taste of glory starts tonight.
When you take that field today, you've got to lay that heart on the line, man. From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got in your body, lay it on the line until the final whistle blows. And if you do that, we cannot lose.
For those watching at the stadium or listening to the radio at home, it's time.
Oh, I want a victory! I want a victory! I want a victory! You want a victory!
Welcome to the Highlands Floor Coverings High School Sports Network Game of the Week. Tonight's game is brought to you by Highlands Floor Coverings, Big O Tires, Flagstaff Chevrolet, Sunnyside Market on 4th Street, Around the Mountain Pediatric Dentistry, Findlay Honda, Napa Auto Parts, American Trailer Company, The Light Company, Frederick Fisher Jewelers, Oxendale Auto Group, and Knackard Pepsi. Now, let's head to the stadium. Here's Dave Zorn and Reggie Eccleston.
It's time for Coconino Panther football, brought to you by Great Circle Media TV. And now, here's Dave and Reggie with the Pick and Run pregame show.
And good Friday evening, I guess we'll call it, here from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. This is the high school football game of the week on the Highland Floor Coverings High School Sports Network. I am Dave Zorn along with Reggie Eccleston, and Can't say it enough. Big game. This is a big game. It's a time of year where big games are played, and this is definitely one of them for the Coconino Panthers and for the Lake Havasu Knights, where both are looking. Lake Havasu is trying to get a home playoff game. This will help them if they win. Coconino's trying to lock down a playoff spot. That could happen if they win tonight. So, big game. I mean, this is a game where, you were shut out last week to Bradshaw Mountain, and a great effort by them. Not so great effort by the Coconino Panthers, honestly, and they've been kind of slumping a little bit the last 3 weeks, even though they did beat Mingus. But that Prescott game took a lot out of these guys, and they've got to find their inner aptitude to try to get back in this season and make the state playoffs, because that is their goal. They want to make a run in the state playoffs this year.
Well, this is the night to do it. This is a good Lake Havasu team that they're going to be playing against, and to get a win out here tonight for this Coconino team would be very, very huge, and then that would help them achieve their goal of getting to the state tournament.
Coconino's going to kick off. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, and the Knights wearing black helmets, black tops, black pants with dark purple numbers, white trim. Coconino red pants, the shiny red helmets, and the white tops. Wherever you are, wherever you're doing, thank you for joining us here tonight for high school football. As the kickoff, Flagstaff Foot Doctors kickoff is taken at the 5-yard line. Here goes the return man on the left side. He's got a little bit of room. He's in the clear. The 40 that crosses midfield, but is taken down by the kicker and out of bounds in Coconino territory. So possibly a touchdown saving tackle there by Jose Miguel Villanueva, the freshman. And that's where Lake Havasu is going to start, 1st and 10 at the Coconino 48-yard line.
Yeah, that was definitely a touchdown saving tackle. I tell you, man, that wasn't the way Coconino wanted to start on this first play, but flag is down, so that's going to bring it back.
Looks like we have a block in the back from Lake Havasu, so that's going to bring it back to 20, but that was a heck of a return. But obviously,
great return.
He got a little bit of a boost with the block in the back there. So that's a break there for Coconino. As their defense is going to start here in this game. And again, you've got to, if you're that defense, you got to be active, but you got to be focused. You got to be ready to go. And looking to see if Pearson Watson's out. Oh, now what happened?
It's going the wrong way.
There was a flight. Oh, it was on Was it on Coconino? I guess it was on Coconino.
Well,
oh, wow. I don't know what the face mask. I think I say the referee said face holding. Holding on the near the kickoff? Okay. Anyway, 1st and 10 for Lake Havasu, and they're going to start now at the 38-yard line of Coconino.
Well, interesting start.
Yeah, no, that's not the best way to start, that's for sure. Havasu, 2 wide out, single setback right off the quarterback's right side. That is head is the quarterback. There's a snap. And he's going to keep it. Actually, no, that was Stopke with the Wildcat formation, and he takes the run up the gut, but gain of maybe only 2 to 3 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 8 at the Coconino 34-yard line. Jonathan Badillo at the tackle there for Coconino.
Yeah, this is definitely a big series for this Coconino defense to start this game. They give up the big kickoff return, and then they get the penalty on top of it. So it puts Lake Havasu in great field position. So see if Coconino can step up the defense and really get a stop.
Stopke with the Wildcat again. He fumbled the snap, gets across the 30 though, and looks like he's got well enough for the first down. He's tackled there down about the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 Knights here is game just underway. Had a great return by Lake Havasu and set him up in great field position. So this is another first down by Havasu as they're driving here at the start of the game against Coconino.
Yes, definitely a good start for this Lake Havasu team. So Coconino's going to really have to kind of get some life, get a little more energy. I'd like to see a little more passion, early in the game and get a big stop here on this first drive.
Stopke in the Wildcat again, but this time hands it off to the running back next to him. That's a junior. That's number 22, Sam Miles, and he gets very little, if anything, on that carry, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. It's a good play there by the Panthers defense. Now we're going to see now Austin Head, the starting quarterback, who comes in the game and go to that traditional quarterback instead of running that 3-state Wildcat plays there. Which I'm willing to bet Havasu saw something in the Prescott film on that one, because we saw how many times Prescott ran that Wildcat. So Head looking to take the snap. Here's the snap. Gives to Stopke. Goes right between the left tackle and down at about the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 4 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down and about 4 from the Coconino 19 is where the ball is being spotted, and the Knights get to the line real quick. Takes a quick snap. Stopke again. Goes through, breaks one tackle, gets through. 5, touchdown, Lake Havasu. Isaac Stopke from 19 yards out puts Lake Havasu on the board first. That was quick, and we saw the hard running there by Isaac Stopke.
Well, yeah, he gets the ball, and I mean, he's full speed right away. He sees the hole and decides to go through it, and there's no hesitation on him. So he's showing why he scored 22 touchdowns so far this season by opening up that first drive. Yeah, so 23 is what he's done. It's going to be a tough night for Coconino if they can't stop this young man.
Now we're going to have the try for the PAT. There's a snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. It looks good. And it is good. So we're going to keep it right here with 9:41 to go in the first. Lake Havasu strikes first. They're up 7-0 on Coconino, as Coconino is going to get the ball for the first time in this game. And we'll see what the Panthers have in store for Lake Havasu.
Well, you know, Lake Havasu's offensive line, they're pretty good-sized young men. And then you've got that big running back Stopke behind them. You know, they're very formidable. So now it's up to Coconino. Obviously, Lake Havasu is going to definitely be able to score on this defense, but Coconino's offense is going to have to generate some points and some yardage all night long and kind of just stay with them. If they can stay with them, it could be good for them. They don't want to get, 2 or 3 touchdowns behind against this team, because then they'll just run them to death. And so hopefully Coconino can get this drive, put something together. Don't have to be anything quick, but drive it down the field and put 6 and 7 points on the board.
Griffin Benedict and Samuel Lewanson back to receive for Coconino. Benedict, a junior, Lewanson, the sophomore. So there's a change there in the kick return team as the Flagstaff Flood Doctors kickoff. There's a squib kick, actually onside kick, and it's still down, but now we've got a flag. I don't think it went 10 yards. I think that even though if Havasu recovers, it's not going to make a difference here. I like that call right there from Havasu, and because here's the thing, that tells me the coaches have really studied every little bit of tape on your opponent. Back when I played, we did the same thing in a playoff game against a team. We saw a little thing like that, and we utilized it, and it sent a message. That was one of those little things that Havasu coaches saw on film, and they kind of wanted to catch them off guard. It almost worked, but it didn't go 10 yards.
Well, that's why I talk about all the time. The coaches prepare the team during the week. They watch film, they study film, they put together a game plan, and then they give these young men all of that information and put them in the best position to win a game. And it changes week by week. And so I'm sure the Lake Havasu coaching staff saw some things in Coconino that they felt they can exploit, and you see it happening right away.
See where the referees spot this, and again, with that failed onside kick try, this puts Coconino almost in as good a position as Lake Havasu was in that first drive. And they're going to start at the Havasu 39-yard line. So short field to work with here for Coconino on their first drive.
Yeah, so let's see if Coconino can do the same thing that Lake Havasu did. Get the ball on a penalty, great field position, but get some generated offense and score a quick touchdown.
Coconino 1st and 10. Look at this, the double wing. We haven't seen the Cocoa Bunch in a while. Here it comes. Cooper French gets the pitch. Tries to find the lane, and he doesn't gets a couple yards on the carry. And that's going to bring up his 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. We haven't seen the Cocoa Bunch in 3 or 4 weeks, and we're in old school there for a play anyway.
Yeah. Cooper French was kind of taking his time, trying to let his block set up. And what happened is, because it was slow developing, the defensive lineman was able to come from behind the backfield and catch him down low.
Jacob Klaus, a quarterback for the Panthers. In the Cocoa Bunch again. Here's the snap. Give. That is going to be the carry. It's going to be number 8. That is Riker Patton. That's going to get a couple more yards. So a 3rd and 8 or a 2nd and 8 turns out now to about a 3rd and we'll call it 4. Probably a short 4 from the Knights' 28-yard line. And you got to think, even though it's early, this is definitely 2-down territory because you're down 7-0. You want to keep pace here.
Yeah, you would definitely think so. They don't want to, have to try to go for a long field goal or even punt the ball. So I do expect them to try to get this first down.
Jacob Klaus pitches it to Cooper. There he goes, right through. It looks like he's got enough for first down. Powell takes him close to the 20-yard line. And that is definitely enough for a Panther first down. 1st and 10, Coconino at the, looks like 22-yard line. we're not that high. There's only 4 rows of stands on the visitor side, so we're not really too high. So it's kind of hard to see placements from time to time. So
Yeah, you were right, though. It's about the 22, 23-yard line. So, good start, good first down. Now see if Coconino can continue doing that, run the ball, use their old power Cocoa Bunch offense, and put some points on.
gives the Padilla right up the gut. He's going to get a couple yards there. That's Jonathan Padilla. He's been the leading tackler for Coconino a couple times this season. And all he's going to get is maybe a yard or two. And that's going to bring up second down and 8 from the Havasu 20.
Well, just like you said earlier, Coach said he was going to try to shake up the lineup a little bit, get some guys in there they felt really were more passionate and wants to play, and you're seeing that. So the guys that are in there are probably the guys that perform the best in practice and trying to give a different look as well.
Pitch to Cooper French, and he tries to get past a couple nights, but gets a couple yards, and that's going to be a little short. And that's going to bring up a third down. We'll see where this placed here. It's inside the 20 to the 19.
And that was Riker Patton on the right.
Was it Riker? Oh, I thought that was
that was Riker.
4. Okay.
Yep.
So Riker Patton now gets it down to 3rd and 6 at the 19. As again, it's been all Cocoa Bunch here for Coconino in this first drive, and now we've got a stoppage in play. Not really sure why here. It was the far end line judge with the stoppage in play, so false start wasn't even set. So before they even got down to snap the ball, they called the penalty on Coconino. You don't see that every day. At least I don't see that every day.
No,
I don't see that at all, honestly.
That was different.
All right, well, that brings up now instead of 3rd and I guess it's gonna be 2nd and now the yard marker's got the down distance one, so it's 3rd and 11 maybe, somewhere in there. Cocoa Bunch again. Klaus rolls out, looks, fires. He's complete on the right-hand sideline and out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
Be a first down.
And the ball was complete there to number 8, and that's Riker Patton. Hey, look at that pass play for a first down.
Well, I tell you,
that'll work.
And it was a good call. All it was just a little turnout route where you get the ball to the receiver pretty quickly, let him turn his shoulders and go one-on-one with the defensive back. So very well called play and very well executed.
Klaus starting at quarterback for Enoch Watson tonight. He's running the Cocoa Bunch. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a keeper by Klaus, and he stacked up and dropped pretty quick. Not a lot of yardage gain there on that play. It's going to be 2nd, and I think we're going to do it's actually a 2nd and goal now. So 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line, the 9-yard line for the Panthers.
One of the things when you look at this offense, you got to remember too, a lot of things that take place during the course of a play are to set up other things, and the little things are the things that count. So the fakes after you hand off the ball, guys following through with their routes, guys following through with their fakes, that's going to set up things later on. So it's very important to see that take place now.
Hand off to Cooper French in the Cocoa Bunch. He's got a pile. He's close to the goal line, but he's short. He's about a 1 yard short of the touchdown as he gains about 8 yards on the play, and that should bring up 3rd and 1 at the 3rd and goal at the 1 yard line for Coconino.
Well, this is something definitely you want 2-down territory. I think it's going to be very important for them to get the ball in the end zone. Being that close, you're just going to power it in. So work with your best back. Cooper French is that guy right now. Utilize those blockers, get him in there, and let him push his way in.
Klaus under center. Snap. Cooper French into the end zone. Touchdown, Coconino. First time in 3 weeks I get to say that one. Good first drive there for Coconino, and they're a PAT away from tying this game at 7.
Well, that's what we were looking for. A good answer. They responded very well. You're seeing that passion and that fire. These guys look like they're really out here ready to play tonight. They know their backs are against the wall, but they're here to play.
Yeah, and the sideline got energy right there. I mean, this team has got a little bit of fire under them tonight. That's a good sign. Villanueva for the PAT. Here's the snap. Ball is down. Kick is up. It's short, but it's going to hit the goalpost. No good. With 5:07 to go in the opening quarter, Lake Havasu leads Coconino 7-6 on the Highlands 4 Coverings High School Sports Network.
Sunnyside Market at 4th Street Chevron is proud to be a sponsor of high school football. They offer any size fountain drinks for just 89 cents all day, every day. Swing in and check out the Panthers fan gear section, and students can receive 10% off with your school ID. In a hurry, use your convenient drive-thru to get those last-minute snacks or beverages on game day. EBT is proudly accepted on all grocery items. That's Sunnyside Market at 4th Street, conveniently located on the corner of 4th Street and 6th Avenue.
Had to make some adjustments to get
Years, months, hours, minutes, and seconds of training, practice, prep, and drills come down to game time, and here we are. Hi, this is Mark Harris, owner of Flagstaff Chevrolet on Route 66. On behalf of my entire team of Flagstaff Chevrolet, we cheer on our Flagstaff Eagles and Coconino Panthers. Best of luck for an unforgettable season. If you're looking for a great vehicle to safely get your students back and forth to school, or maybe one that's big enough to carry the team and equipment, to come see our awesome team at Flagstaff Chevrolet. Visit flagstaffchevrolet.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Hi, this is Andy Reese, cornerback at Coconino High School, and you're listening to the Game of the Week on the Highlands Floor Covering High School Sports Network. Go Panthers.
Here's the Flagstaff Foot Doctors kickoff, and it's bobbled at the 5-yard line by the returner, and he's gathered up and dropped just past the 15, about the 17-yard line. The returner there was Cody Peloton for the Knights. He's a senior wide receiver DB, and he had a hard time. It was a great kick by Villanueva, but burying it about the 5-yard line at this deep left corner, and Peloton had a hard time just picking up the ball, and by the time he got his footing, there was about 2 or 3 Panthers down there and knocked him down. He marked him down at the 13-yard line, so the Knights start 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Well, Lake Havasu was very fortunate on that kickoff return that they didn't get a penalty. It looked like there was a block in the back on that. I think the officials just kind of missed it, but fortunately for Lake Havasu, they really should have been a little bit deeper in their own territory.
So Havasu comes out, 1st and 10 at the 13. Again, the Wildcat quarterback, that is going to be Stopke. Stopke moving people around here. Here's the snap. He's going to keep it. Tries to find a hole. Gets to the outside. Gets through the line, and there he goes. 40, midfield. 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Tackled short of the goal line. Now it's number 10 for Coconino, Timothy Rodriguez, who makes the tackle. But, like we told you in pregame, Isaac Stopke, there's a reason why he's rushed for over 1,200, or almost over 1,100 yards, almost 1,200 yards. And that's it. He gets through that initial line and gets into the 2nd or 3rd level, and good night. He's gone. And, credit Timothy Rodriguez for tracking him down and saving him from the score. But it's 1st and goal at the 3 for Lake Havasu.
Well, that was a play that, long play, devastating for Coconino. But the effort that those defenders just made to catch Stopke is the things that the coaches do want to see. Tough play, but great recovery.
Stopke with the Wildcat snap, and he gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Lake Havasu. 2 plays, touchdown for Lake Havasu. Isaac Stopke was in on all of them. For 87 yards of that drive was all him. Yeah, exactly. He's close to 100 yards right now.
Oh, yeah.
And he's 4:24 to go in the quarter. He's bad, man. That kid can run.
He's a load.
Man.
He's a load.
No
man.
doubt.
He's all, he's everything they said he was.
Yeah.
And again, Coconino's going to have a tough time stopping him. So I think the thing they're going to want to do is try to contain him a little bit and not give him those long breakout runs, make him earn it, grind it out. But the offense is going to be the key for Coconino tonight. Obviously, Lake Havasu is going to score points, so Coconino's got to score points.
Yeah, and it looks like we have a timeout on the PAT. You don't see that often either. I'm not sure who called it. I think it was Havasu that may have called the timeout. Maybe taking too long to get the play. I mean, you're kicking the extra point. I don't know what kind of play you're trying to run. Maybe it was a fake, or maybe they're going to do it here. I don't know. But 13-6 right now. Havasu's up on Coconino with 4:24 to go in the opening quarter.
Boy, an explosion
fun,
right away.
Hey,
yeah,
we've had two
great.
two kind of lackluster games the last 2 weeks, and this is starting out to be kind of fun.
Yeah,
so far,
I think it will be. I think Coconino, I think offensively, though, they're going to respond. They're going to continue to play hard. Like I said, the effort that they made just to catch Stopke on that one long run, that's what coaches want to see. They want to see the guys making effort. They could have all just stopped and let them go saying, oh, we're not going to catch them. They busted their tails to get there and made the tackle. Now the next play he scores, but that's okay. Now your offense gets it. You might do the same type of thing.
We got a score update in the Crosstown Showdown. Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain. Bradshaw Mountain leads 7-0 over Prescott with 6:51 to go in the opening quarter there. And now they're just going to sit on the ball the rest of the game. Bradshaw Mountain's going to do it.
That's what they do.
8-minute drives and forget it. Prescott's done.
And they're good at it.
Hey, and they still haven't let anybody score.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 points and now 3 1/4. Almost 3 1/4 games.
Wow.
Only 3 points. And the 3 points would beat them.
Yeah. So, offensively, they are methodical. They score. But defensively, they're tough.
They're a really good defensive team. There's no doubt about that. All right, so here comes the extra point. Number 99, Cooper Jones, the kicker. I like that. Big number kickers. So after the timeout, here's the snap. Here's the ball. It's almost blocked, but gets through, and it's good. So with 4:24 to go in the opening quarter, Havasu now takes a 14-6 lead over Coconino. We'll keep it right here as we get ready for the kickoff. And I'll tell you what, sun went down. Man, it's nice little breeze.
Beautiful.
Man, coming off the lake.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really nice.
I tell you what, the reason why Reggie and I are so chipper right now wasn't because any drive we had today. We got flown down here from Flagstaff today. It took us 45 minutes to fly down here. So we thank our GM and owner Roger who set that up, and John, our pilot, who was awesome.
Yeah.
And they're waiting for us after the game to fly back to Flagstaff tonight before they fly on to actually El Paso tonight. So it was cool. And I've got my son Ethan with me. He's running the camera on YouTube right now. So can't ask for anything better, man. This is great.
This is fun. I mean, it's really fun, man. It's things it makes you really look forward to doing this type of thing. And I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And for Bubba running the camera, getting all this live streaming set up. And, Roger, I got to thank Roger. I can't thank him enough for what he did to set that flight up.
I wasn't looking for a 3.5-hour drive each way, man.
No, absolutely not.
The Flagstaff Foot Doctors kickoff is going to be short and taken by number 20. That is going to be Griffin Benedict, and he's tackled. And again, good field position pretty much here for Coconino as he's tackled about the 32-yard line or so. And that's where Coconino is going to start 1st and 10 at the 32. Yeah, looking at I have a delayed video on my laptop, so I can see where he's tackled. So the 32-yard line is where he's going to start.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Griffin saw that little hole, man. He almost popped through there. That would have been something. Had he been able to break one tackle right there, he might have been off to the races, and it would have been another one of those long runs, and who knows, could have been a touchdown, put them right back in this ball game.
Here comes Coconino on their second drive. They scored a touchdown. The first one, back in the Cocoa Bunch they go, and Jacob Klaus is the quarterback. Here's the snap. Turn around. Here's a give. That is to Riker Patton. He breaks through. He's got some room. Crosses midfield. 45-40. Takes a center step. Crosses the 35 down about the 30-yard line. Big time run there by Riker Patton, the sophomore for Coconino.
Did I say I wanted to see passion? I'm seeing all kinds of passion tonight. These kids are playing right now, man. They are, they know their backs are up against the wall. This is a really good Lake Havasu team, but you see there's no give up in these kids right now. This is what we wanted to see.
How about this? Again, we mentioned this all year. How about the stable running backs?
Oh, man, yes.
Gee, man, Christmas.
Yes.
I think a wealth of running backs. Back in the Cocoa Bunch, they are going back to basics as the Coconino Panthers this week. Here's a snap. Cooper French with the give. He follows his lead blocker, gets to about the 36-yard line, I think. 26. Again, we're so far off from the yard markers, I can't tell.
Yeah, it's hard to
26.
see.
But he gained 5 yards. It brings up 2nd and 5 for Coconino with 3:30 to go in the opening quarter.
And I wouldn't mind them just kind of methodically taking it down the field. It doesn't have to be a quick strike because the more you have, less Lake Havasu will have it. They're very potent, so you want to score here, but you want to run off some clock as well.
Jacob Klaus with the keeper, and he's close to the first down as he gets across the 20, but there is a flag on the play, usually in the area of holding. We'll have to wait and see what the referee says here. Again, I like the old going back to the Cocoa Bunch. Lead blocking, somebody gets behind him, let's go.
Yeah, and just shuffle the running backs, keep them fresh, give everyone a chance. Another holding call. Yep.
Holding call, Coconino. But we talked to Cody Collette, the Prescott head coach, a couple weeks ago, and he told us flat out. He goes, Coconino runs that double wing. We're in trouble. We can't stop it. But they go to spread, we got a chance. And what happened? now they're back to the double wing. So.
Yeah, and you can still throw off of this formation.
Sure.
You know, all you do is you keep run these, plays a few times, the little slow developing plays, and then all of a sudden you pop a guy out to the flat and hit him with the ball, let him turn and run.
Here comes back to the original offense. Here's a snap, it's a fumble, gets it back, but he's going to take it and push ahead, and that is Gabriel Collado with that. I call it the Collado screen now because that's the play he runs. That's like his play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a gain of probably about 5 yards, I guess.
Yeah, he got positive yards.
About second. Actually, probably we'll give him like 6. So that's about a second and 6 here for Coconino at the Knights' 28-yard line.
Well, that was one of those plays that could have been a bad loss because of the bobble at front, but he got a nice bounce right back to him and was able to run straight up the field.
Oh, there was a false start there, I think, on the offense because I don't know where the ball never came out, I don't think. By the way, Enoch Watson came back in there, quarterback, and now Jacob Klaus goes in. So Enoch Watson came back in for a couple of those plays, and here comes Jacob Klaus back in at quarterback.
Yeah, that's, if they rotate them a little bit, I don't think that's a bad thing because now you're going to give the team, the defense something else to think about. And shuffling them both in, Klaus can throw the ball, but Enoch can throw the ball. I think right now Klaus is running that offense a little bit better. He's feeling a little bit more comfortable right now, but another penalty.
No penalty, but the Coconino side is clapping.
Yeah.
I think we got a jump there. So that last penalty was actually on Havasu, and this penalty is going to be on Havasu.
Yep.
And that's going to bring up a first down for Coconino. And you mentioned, with Jacob Klaus in the game, Reggie, is that Jacob's run in this offense before, so he's used to kind of this formation where Enoch hasn't really run in too much. So that's why they're using Jacob in the Coco bunch because there's just a little bit more confidence and experience in this offense. Nothing against Enoch. It's just that, Jacob's got a little more confidence in this offense here. Again, in the Coco bunch. Here's a give. Is the front man through. That's going to be Padilla's surge line. Gets to about the 10-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 6 yards. Maybe 5, depending where they spot it. Now they gave him 5 yards. So it's going to be second and, well, actually, they gave him a little bit more than that. They gave him about 7 yards. So it's going to be third and about 3 for Coconino at the Knights 11.
Yeah, one of the things I've talked about is, experience helps the game slow down for you. Yeah, and that's the one thing that Klaus has a little bit more than Enoch right now. Watson is going to get it. He's going to be a very good quarterback. But right now, Klaus is the one that the game is a little bit slower, and you can see it in their performance at this moment.
There's a give to Riker Patton. He gets another 6 yards, and that's a first down for Coconino. First and goal, Panthers at the Knights' 5-yard line. So Coconino in their second drive looking to put more points up on the board. With 50 seconds to go here in the opening quarter, Knights lead 14-6. But Coconino's threatening. In the bunch, Klaus under center. Snap. Give is to, that is Cooper French, the second man through and into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown Coconino, 5 yards out, Cooper French. And they're 2-point conversion away of tying this game up at 14 if they go for 2.
Yeah, if they go for 2, I'll tell you that what a nice drive. They got the ball, nice kickoff return, set them up in decent field position, couple of penalties, and then just methodically driving that ball right down the field. So a good start for this Coconino offense tonight. This is what we wanted to see, and hopefully maybe the defense can kind of step it up a little bit, hold Lake Havasu, but at least Coconino can move the ball and score tonight.
Snap give is to Cooper French. We're on the 2-point conversion, and this falls a yard short. Not that quite. So 2-point conversion fails. We'll keep it right here with 34 seconds to go in the quarter. Lake Havasu's up 14-12 on Coconino as both teams have scored in their first 2 drives, so defense is optional so far in this first quarter between both teams.
Defense just seems to be out there on the field right now. They're not really doing much of stopping the other team, but give these offenses credit. These offenses are really playing. The blocking is very good. The backs are seeing those holes. The offenses are clicking. So I'm not going to jump on the defense too much anyway because both offenses are excellent.
One thing I want to mention too, Xavier Nakai, who's just a great starting center for Coconino, broke a bone in his left hand a couple weeks ago. They've got that thing taped up like Thor's hammer out there. I mean, he's got just a club out there on his hand, but he's out there and he's a force on that line. So if he can maneuver with that club as far as a cast, that's even better. And now we've got a flag on the Flagstaff Foot Doctors kickoff, and probably going to have offsides there on Coconino. Man, goodness. Woo, that's not good.
Yeah, you don't want to have penalties like that.
It really is hard to be offsides on a kickoff.
Dead ball penalties. Well, guys get anxious a little bit, and they want to get down there and make a tackle, and they want to be first. And sometimes you just get a little ahead of yourself. And unfortunately, they got caught.
Jose Miguel Villanueva, the freshman kicker, set the ball up again. They move 5 yards back, so we'll be kicking off at the 35. So we'll try this again. Flagstaff Foot Doctors kick off with 34 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Villanueva boots it to that left corner again. Taken by Peloton at the 7. Peloton crosses the 15-yard line, goes to the far side of the field, and we're going to have a block in the back. That's going to come back even though he's tackled at about the 17-yard line. Good pursuit on kickoff by Coconino. Plus, you're going to tack on a block in the back penalty on top of that. They're going to move Mike Havasu back a few more yards. So they're going to be starting deep in their territory. But like we saw the last drive, took him 2 drives to score because Isaac Stoppe went 87 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, and that's the thing that you have to be aware of. He can take it from anywhere on the field. But, again, they did get a nice call right there where it was a block in the back. I think they could have called it on the last kickoff as well. But they did catch it this time. So, move them back as far as you can. If you can get them to that 1 yard line, that means they have to go 99 yards. But
when I saw that from up here, that was an obvious block in the back.
Yeah. And flags came from everywhere.
And we're about 200, about 100 yards maybe from the play. I saw it. I saw it without my binoculars.
Oh, it was clear.
It was very
quite
clear. Yeah. So here comes Havasu out 1st and 10 at their own.
They're at the 10.
So around the, I don't know. I think they're about the 7.
No, they're at the 10.
All right. So 1st and 10 at the 10 is Havasu. And Stopke's in the Wildcat offense again. Goes back, hands the ball off. Doesn't get much. That's probably going to be number 22, Sam Miles on the carry. We'll just verify that. He was in that first drive and got a carry anyway.
Gavin Briggs on the carry.
No, actually it was Gavin Briggs. And so says the PA announcer. I don't have him on my roster. Oh, there he is, number 80. Number 80 for a running back? Wow, okay. There we go. He picked up 4 yards on the carry, and that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Lake Havasu 14, Coconino 12. Second half action coming up next on the Highland Fork Coverings High School Sports Network.
Hi, it's Jacob Lundy, General Manager of Finley Honda Flagstaff. And on behalf of the Finley family and our entire team, we want to...
Hey, everybody listening on YouTube, as we're in the commercial right here for a minute. By all means, thanks for joining us on YouTube. If you want to leave a comment in the comment section, I know I have it up. I think Bubba's got it up too. Bubba's running the operation here tonight. We appreciate your comments, your feedback on the broadcast tonight. We're work in progress on the video thing, so we're always going to improve on this. This is our second game doing it, so please, by all means, leave a comment in the comment section there on YouTube.
It'll definitely get better.
Yeah, we'll be back in about 30 seconds.
In Arizona, you can feel confident from fixing your car to shining up your ride that we've got you covered. And remember, with our price match guarantee, you can walk out of our stores knowing that you got the best service, the best part, and the best price possible. Napa. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud supporter of Coconino High School athletics.
Hi, this is Tyson Fowles, the fullback at Coconino High School, and you're listening to the Game of the Week on the Highland Floor Coverings High School Sports Network. Go Panthers!
Back here for second of actions, Lake Havasu leads Coconino 14-12. And we can tell you that Riker Patton's got 49 yards rushing in the first quarter. Isaac Stopke, 6 carries, 124 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. There's just 2 touchdowns. As he's now in the Wildcat as the Knights open the second quarter. Checks the play on his wrist. In the shotgun. Stopke waiting for the snap.
Think he's going to run?
I don't know. one would guess. They got that full, about 8 guys on the line there. Here's the snap. He's going to run it to the near side, and he's going to be wrapped up and tackled. I don't think he gets much. On a 2nd and 8, probably is going to be a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, and somewhere in that neighborhood. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. This is a big time play right here down for Coconino's defense. They need to put the hammer down here on Lake Havasu. That was a gain of actually about 5, so it's 3rd and 3 from the Knights 16 on 3rd down here. And again, Stopke in the Wildcat. A big kid, I tell you there. There's man in motion. Here's the snap. Fake the handoff to the near side. and he's going to be chased out of bounds. I'm not sure. I think he did get the first down by a yard or two. Yeah, it's funny because you look at it seems like maybe 2 or 3 yards. He ends up getting 5. So that's a definite gain and a first down for Lake Havasu as they move the chains. 1st and 10 for them.
Well, the thing for him is he gets to the line of scrimmage so fast. You know, he doesn't hesitate and kind of shuffle around. He knows exactly where he wants to go, and he explodes to that spot. So he's already up on that second level before you even know it. And that's why he's picking up 5-6 yards. And if he gets by the second level, you know, he can obviously take it 70, 80 yards. So he's one of those kids that he's a very good runner. He knows what he wants to do, and he does it well.
Give is Zastopke on the right side, on the near side, far side from us anyway. Oh, excuse me, that's Gavin Briggs. He was almost think that Zastopke's going to get the ball, but no, Gavin Briggs with another carry, and that's a good gain there on second down. That brings up a 2nd and about 4 from the Knights 27. Quick score update from the Crosstown Showdown. Bradshaw Mountain leads Prescott 9-0 at the end of the first quarter. Again, not a surprise with the way they're playing defense at this point.
Yeah, not giving up points.
They're just going to sit on it now.
Not surprised at all.
Now the quarterback, Austin Head, back in the game for the Knights. And now we've got a whistle, and that's going to move Lake Havasu back, I believe, on a delay of game. False start.
False start.
So 2nd and 4. As far as the scoreboard is concerned, the mile marker says 3rd, but I don't know who to believe at this point. So anyways, it's going to be 9 yards for a first down, whether it's 2nd or 3rd. I'm going to go by the scoreboard. I'm going to go by them. It's going to say 2nd and 9 now.
Yeah, the yard marker hasn't been right very often tonight.
Maybe counting's an issue here.
So,
I'm not sure. Anyways, 2nd and they're going to give them 8. I don't know. It's 5-yard loss, and somehow they give them 4. Anyway, 2nd and 9. Austin Head brings them out. Watch for the pass here, and now we're going to offsides on Coconino. As it happened right in front of us, you saw there the right defensive end. And that is number 51, Quinn Mickelson, is the one who just took a little bit of a step, and they get those yards right back. Now, instead of 2nd and 8, it's 2nd and long or short 4.
You know, although you don't want penalties like that, that's a penalty that, you know, right now at this stage of the game, I'm okay with, because it's showing you the kids are trying to be aggressive and they're trying to get a jump and a start. So I'm not upset with that penalty.
Head with the keeper, and he gets enough for the first down. That's going to be about a 12-yard pickup as the Knights quarterback faked the handoff to Isaac Stopke and just kept it for a 12-yard gain. So 1st and 10, Havasu at their own 40-yard line with 9:53 to go in the first half.
Well, again, you know, if the defense can somehow, I know if they can get back to that bend but don't break attitude or performance, that would be good, where they give up some yardage. But if they can keep them out of the end zone on this drive and then get it and go down and score, heck, it's a different ball game.
Austin Head looked at his receiver in motion, wondered what he was doing in motion. Now he moved the running back to their spot. Here comes the back, and he gets tackled by a host of Panthers. And we got a late flag on the play. Jonathan Padilla was there on the play. Jacob Klaus was there too. And we got, like I said, a late flag. But that was weird because Austin Head, man, was in motion. He looked at his receivers like, what are you doing? And it ended up being a stacked wide receiver on the near side. And then he moved his running back and gave it to him. So I think that probably that play was going to go to the near side of the field. But when that man came in motion, Austin Head had the senior mentality to change it up and go the other way. But it is a holding call on Havasu. So I just want to point that out. That's a pretty experienced call there by Austin Head, the quarterback, just knowing that his man made a mistake, but just, adjusted to it and, probably decided to go the other way.
So, again, I talk about it all the time. Once they're between those stripes, it's up to those leaders of the defense or the offense to help make those adjustments because, if guys do make mistakes, you don't have to panic. You can kind of slow it down, show them what to do. But that shows you how the game is slow for him. He sees it. He knows it. He knows how to adjust. Those are the types of things that you'll start seeing from some of these young Coconino players as we move on in the years.
So 2nd and 22 for the Knights. The first down is at midfield, just to let you know. A long way to go. Austin Head in the shotgun. Here's the snap. And fake to Stopke. He's going to fire it on the near side, complete. And he's quickly wrapped up and stopped. And that's going to be a gain of maybe about 8 yards, but he's still going to be 3rd and about probably 13 for the first down. The completion. There was Ryder Spencer, the sophomore for Havasu with the catch. Again, nice gain there, but he's still got 15 yards to go to the first down on third down here. Again, big play for
This
Coconino.
is a big play right here. If they can stop them without much yardage and force them to punt the ball, that's a huge defensive stand. So hopefully Coconino can do that.
Austin Head now with Stopke to his right. Here's a fake to Stopke pass over to the side, and it's picked off on the left side. There's JT Begay, the freshman, and he's tackled there at the 20-yard line, and a late flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to go against
Personal
Coconino.
foul.
Yeah, but still, that came after the interception. That's a big play by the freshman JT Begay for the sophomore. I thought he was a freshman all year. Looked like one anyway. But anyway, he made the pick, and then so Coconino's get the ball back. Yeah, you're going to be backing up 15 yards. Still, you got the turnover.
Yeah, that was big defensive stand right there. Big play, good interception. This is what we wanted to see, that bend but don't break type of performance for this Coconino defense. And unfortunately, they got a bad penalty, kind of lapse of judgment on that play, but that's going to give them the ball, and the offense has been clicking, so maybe they can go ahead and take their first lead for the night.
You just kind of had to figure who's going to get that first turnover. And now Austin Head, all he did was he overthrew his receiver, and it landed right into the arms of JT Begay.
And he was right there ready for it, so that was good alertness and great defensive play. I tell you, Coach has been looking all week for these guys to just be passionate, and he's seeing it now. And you're seeing guys that are really stepping up that want to play.
Well, we have two flags on the play. We have a flag on the play and the referee threw his hat. That means there's a second penalty as well. And we'll see if these are offsetting or both on Coconino. So I know they're going to mark the Coconino penalty off here. So one holding against Coconino declined. Personal foul against Coconino. So the holding penalty is declined, and the personal foul penalty is accepted. So, again, both flags were thrown after the pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe still Coconino with the ball. They do. But, man, they could have been down at the 20-yard line. They're now starting the ball 1st and 10 at their own 34 due to two. Not only the holding was waved off, but the personal foul. Now, that must have been made about the 50-yard line or so, because now the ball has been moved back to there, to about the 34. So I didn't see what happened. You see what happened? I know a lot of the front saw it, but I didn't see what happened either. Bubba said it was a cheap shot. Was warranted?
Yes.
Okay, warranted.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it cheap shot,
he slammed the kid.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, okay. Well,
he just grabbed him and just slammed him.
Gotcha. Okay. So here we go. Back in the Cocoa Bunch. Jacob Klaus under center. Here's a snap. Give. There's Cooper French. Nice run by him. Down about the 40-yard line. And a gain of maybe about 7 or 8 yards. And I'll bring up second and short here for Coconino.
That's something that could have been big. That big turnover may ignite this offense again. So, because you have a great offense that you can just methodically drive the ball down the field, you don't want to have to strike quick and give that Lake Havasu offense the ball right away. You can run out a good bunch of this time, score, and then not have them have the ball much time, and then you get the ball in the second half. So
Jonathan Padilla with the handoff up the middle gets enough for close to the first down. They're going to mark him short, it looks like. Yeah, he's going to be about a yard short, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 at the Coconino 44-yard line where the first down. Well, I don't know, man. I'm going to look at this. I think he's going to be a little short. Yeah, they're not even calling for the change. So 3rd and 1 at the Coconino 43. Havasu leads 14-12 with 6:48 to go in the first half.
Keep it going.
So here comes Coconino back in the bunch, the double wing. And in motion, it's Cooper French. Gives it to Riker Patton. Gets enough of a first down, busts it out to the far side, turns the corner across midfield and out of bounds. Out of bounds at the Havasu. Oh, actually, they're going to mark him at the midfield, I think. Yeah, midfield. I thought they were going to mark him at the 48 there, but now they're back to the midfield. So anyways, 1st and 10 for Coconino. Just a shade into Coconino territory off the midfield stripe, 1st and 10.
Well, again, if all you want to do is just move the chains, get first downs. You don't have to strike quickly. You just want to, move the chains, run your offense, get that confidence, wear down this defense a little bit, keep that Lake Havasu offense off the field.
3rd and 1 for Coconino. And fake the hell, it's a mixed direction play, but here's Jacob Klaus with a nice run there. Gets about maybe 7 yards on the play. And that was first down. Who was running the sneaking down mark? It's screwing me up here. If you're watching on YouTube, you see that there's a 4 on the thing, and I thought it was, I didn't think he got the first down. Oh, man, this is going to mess with my head.
Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? It shows to the home stands, and it's not because they flip it.
Okay,
and so that's why.
So it's not just me. Okay. 2nd and 2 at the Knights 42. Here's a snap. Here's a pitch. Riker Patton on the near side. Crosses the 40. Tries to find some room. Knocked out of bounds about the 35-yard line.
First down.
And that's enough for another Coconino first down.
That's all you want to do.
Yep. Stops the clock, too, with 5:49 to go in the first half. Down 2.
Tell you, this is a good-looking drive. This offense is really looking inspired tonight. You know, we flew over here, and we're watching a good game, and that's the thing that we wanted to see. It's been one of those couple of weeks that it's been a little bit boring, and they haven't been inspired. Oh, they're playing inspired football tonight.
I think I've lost 10 years off my life watching Bradshaw Mountain play the last 2 weeks. Here's a snap. Here's a rend around. Let's give to Cooper French. He's going to try to bust out the outside. Breaks one tackle, crosses the 30-yard line, down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. That's a gain of about 8 yards or so. And he's going to be short of first down.
About 6 yards, 7 yards. Good run. Good first down run. Good first down run.
Absolutely. 2nd and 2 for Coconino at the nice 28. So here comes another drive. Good drive here by Coconino as they're down 2 with 5:18 to go in the first half. Back in the bunch. Here's a snap. Give. That is Fossil. Man, he's moving the pile along with the Panthers along with him. That's enough for a first down. A man run there by Tyson Fossil. And he's down with probably a good 6 or 7 yard gain. That's going to be enough for the first down. And we'll see where they mark the ball here. It's going to be about the 15-yard line of Havasu. There's Tyson Fossil, the bull that gets right through that line, and it takes everybody with him.
Yeah, it's like a blast from the past. This is the type of offense we're used to seeing from this Coconino team. But again, give that offensive line credit. They're getting their bodies on these defensive linemen, pushing them back, giving these backs an opportunity to make moves.
Pitch to Cooper French, and he's hit after a few yards gain, maybe about 3 or 4, I guess, on there. And that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 5 they're going to give him at the 10-yard line of Havasu. It's funny because we've been saying, Cooper French, but, Riker Patton's had some good yards. But they're back in the bunch. There's going to be multiple guys touching the ball tonight because they're back in the double wing.
Right, and that's a good sign for this offense. More guys getting involved, more guys are touching the ball, and they're all producing. The production has been very high for all of them tonight.
There's a keeper by Jacob Klaus. He's got some blockers down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line, and I believe that's going to be enough should be enough for first down. It is 1st and goal. Coconino with 4:03 to go at the 4-yard line as Coconino threatens to take a lead in this football game.
I tell you, I like that little reverse pivot by the quarterback. You let the back go by. Everyone think he's going to hand off. Then he just follows that back right through the hole. It gives the offense another blocker. It's almost like the Wildcat. When the guy's playing in the Wildcat, you get that extra blocker as opposed to the quarterback handing the ball off.
Gives a Fossil 4 yards, touchdown, Coconino. Tyson Fossil goes wide up the gut. The Panthers take the lead with 3:39 to go in the half.
Wow, what a drive. What a difference we're seeing in this Coconino team. We haven't seen this kind of, life and passion in a couple of weeks. And they come out here, they know this is one of those games, playing this game tonight.
Got to go back out to the Cocoa Munch. Love that. Here's Villanueva for the PAT. Kick is up, kick is down, it's up and around and through the uprights, and good. 3:39 to go until halftime. Coconino takes the lead. It is the Coconino Panthers 19, Lake Havasu 14. Back with the kickoff next on the Highland Sport Coverings High School Sports Network.
Here at the Light Company, we believe
Hey, folks on YouTube, I know people are saying, hey, zoom out. We've got a logistics problem here at Lake Havasu. We're actually like 4 or 5 rows of visiting stands, so we're like really close to the field. They're zoomed out as much as they can. So it's kind of a logistics problem that we're dealing with here at Havasu as far as, closeness to everything. So I wish we could zoom out. We just can't. We're just not in a location where we can do too much as far as the Zoom goes. So appreciate the comments. By all means, leave them on there on the video. We definitely appreciate it. Everything's a work in progress for us. We're going to get better and better each game. And we're definitely going to you see a whole big difference next year. And this is all kind of putting things together for next year's product. So we're glad we're here. We're glad we're doing this for you on YouTube. It's just bear with us. We have some growing pains as we go along. So appreciate you guys and hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
The winning combination of vehicle sales, service, collision repair, and more. Flagstaff Eagles and Coconino Panthers, we encourage you to keep on grinding to rise to the top. For more information, visit us at oxendale.com.
Hi, this is Jacob Klaus, safety at Coconino High School, and you're listening to the Game of the Week on the Highlands Floor Coverings High School Sports Network. Go Panthers.
Back here at Lake Havasu with the Flagstaff Foot Doctors kickoff, and it was a good kick there by Villanueva. Gavin Briggs takes it, but goes on the near sideline down about 30 yards on the kick return. Plus, there's a penalty on the play. It looks like there was a little bit of a takedown there on the near sideline, and probably going to have 15 yards tacked onto this for Coconino, I would imagine. A holding. They're going to call it holding on it. Wow. So it actually got a little bit kind of lucky there. I thought maybe they were going to do a personal foul call, but again, Havasu, so they got knocked out there about the 40-ish yard line. So they're going to start their drive inside Coconino territory right here with 3:30 to go in the half.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to do with this potent offense of this Lake Havasu team. You know, on the kickoff returns, one thing you're noticing is they're coming down too much on angles and they're getting out of their lanes. That's why the Peloton is having the opportunity to get to the outside. And as you've seen on a couple of occasions, once he gets to the outside, fortunately, the kicker has been the safety valve, has been able to stop him from scoring a touchdown. But they've got to work on that. They've got to make that adjustment at halftime to keep from having those big, long kickoff returns.
Isaac Stopke and the Wildcat, again, the starting running back for the Knights. Here's a snap. Pitch there is to Brenton Szymanski, and he's trying to cut back around. Oh, nice tackle there at the 45. And that was number 24 for Coconino. That's Bridger French. That is the brother of Cooper. Got to be a wrestler too, with that takedown look like as well. But only I gained about maybe 1 or 2 yards for Lake Havasu there. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Coconino 45-yard line. Now look at the Knights offensive line. They got some big dudes on that offensive line, man. That number 75 is enormous. Again, Sopke at the Wildcat quarterback. Here's a snap. Fake the handoff. He looks, hides the ball. Now he's going to throw it wide open and complete down to about the 30-yard line. Not the prettiest throw you'd ever see in your life, but it worked. It was Sopke to Cody Peloton on the near side. That's enough for a first down. Good play call there. A gain of about 15 yards. And that's a first down for Lake Havasu.
Yeah, it was a little surprise play. He tried to keep it down, hiding it down by his leg, like trying to keep it near his hip so that they thought he didn't have the ball any longer, and watch that receiver come up, and he just kind of putted it out there. But a good play, first down.
Good description of that. That's kind of what it was, wasn't it? Austin Head, the quarterback, now back in there for the Knights, says Sopke's off to his right. Here's a snap. Gives to Sopke. Just attacks that line across the 30. He's breasted through. 5, touchdown, Lake Havasu. Isaac Sopke, his 3rd touchdown of the game as the Knights retake the lead there. Man, that's a bull in a china shop for that kid, man. He's a hard guy to even try the game plan and try to stop.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's done it all season long. He's tough to stop. You just want to try to contain him, try to force other guys to beat you. But what you have to do, again, just going to have to continue to score points. So if you can get the ball, you still have time to score some points before the end of the half. Then you also get the ball at the beginning of the second half. So here's an opportunity where if you can get a touchdown quickly here with 2 minutes left in the first half, you might be able to take a bigger lead and give you that much more of an opportunity to win this football game.
Absolutely. The PAT is good, so Havasu retakes the lead 21-19 over Coconino with 2:13 to go in the first half. Folks, we have to thank our sponsors that came on board with us with Floor Coverings High School Sports Network. Highland Floor Coverings, Odegaard Sewing Center, Pick and Run, Flagstaff Foot Doctors, Big O Tire, Knackert Pepsi, Finley Honda, Flagstaff Chevrolet, The Light Company, Around the Mountain Pediatric Dentistry, Sunnyside Market on 4th Street, Oxendale Auto Group, Napa Auto Parts, American Trailer Company, Frederick Fisher Jewelers, Old Route 66 Chevron, Lauren Vickers Overhead Door, and Crumble Cookie of Flagstaff. I think I counted 18 or 19 sponsors this year for our high school football coverage. A lot of them sticking on for basketball. That's going to start November 30th at Coconino High School as the Panthers will take on the Tempe Buffaloes, our first basketball game of the season here on the Sports Network. So we're going to have that going forward. But we're not doing football yet as Coconino's got another shot at this with 2:13 to go in the half, down by 2, 21-19, as Havasu's lined up for the kickoff. And the Flagstaff Foot Doctors kickoff, that is. And there's a short kick, and it's going to drop and let it go out of bounds, guys. There it goes, out of bounds. And there's the flag is going to be the out of bounds call, so they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, I believe. I can never remember where it's the 30 or 35 it goes out of bounds. It changed, like college, NFL, and prep are three totally different things. But we see Jacob Klaus coming back out at quarterback now. Jacob has been the starter at quarterback because they've run the Cocoa Bunch. We got familiar with a couple years ago, and he's just more experienced running than Enoch Watson is. But Enoch's been in there a couple times when they tried to shake some things up as far as different formations. It's just that Jacob's been in that offense, and they're more confident in him running that offense right now instead of Enoch. And that's okay. Enoch's going to get his chance. He's only a sophomore, and some good years left ahead for that talented sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and Klaus is doing a really good job tonight. Again, sure. It's just to shake up a little bit, get something new going, some spark, and it looks like Coach has found that spark for tonight.
It was, I believe, Riker Patton, and he doesn't get far at all. And maybe even lost a yard. Yep, he lost about a yard, and the play brings up 2nd and 11 with 2 minutes to go in the first half, and Coconino's going to call a timeout. That, I believe, is their first timeout of the half. So they've got all their timeouts to use here, and we'll keep it right here with a minute 59 to go here until halftime.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give the ball back to Lake Havasu with any time left on the clock. What you want to do is move the chains. You definitely want to try to put some points on the board, go into halftime with the lead, get the ball in the second half, come out your first drive and score. But whatever you do not want to turn the ball over here, and you don't want to have to punt the ball to give the ball back. So, even if you just run the clock, you run out, I definitely would like to see them score some points. But if they don't, that's okay because they get the ball in the second half. Just don't want to give this Lake Havasu offense and Stokey the ball again.
Absolutely. Folks, you're listening to the game probably on a few different ways. Calf Country 93.5 at AM 930 in Flagstaff. Also online at calflegends.com, and our brand new platform, our YouTube channel, which is at Great Circle TV on YouTube. Do a search for that. We are live right now with the game from a visual standpoint, and looking better than last week, which is always our definite plan every week. We got a clean stream, we got clean audio, looking pretty good. We can't do much with some of our video because we're like we're really close to the sideline, so we can't really do too much of anything. So there's a snap pitch. That's going to be Cooper. Cooper turns the corner, dodges a couple tackles, gets across the 45. Nice run there, down about the 47-yard line, enough for the first down for Coconino. 1:51 to go. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. There's the Cooper French we've seen from a couple weeks ago. He got some good yards and ran over some guys, and we'll give that kid a little bit of a bite, and he would take the whole big bite out of a run.
For sure. I mean, he makes the most out of all of his runs, but it's good to see other guys touching the ball, getting some action, getting into a flow, and that's what happens a lot of times. All you got to do is give a few more guys some touches, and then it opens up a whole lot of things that when you're focusing on just one guy, they can key on you. So this has been a really good offensive show tonight for this Coconino bunch.
Tyler Fossil with the run there, gained about 4 yards. They'll bring up 2nd and 5, and Coconino takes their second timeout. At least I think they're not changing the timeout numbers. I'm guessing it's their second timeout.
It's like the yard marker.
It's not hard to follow here, guys. Come on. I believe it's their second time. I believe they have one more timeout left. So we'll, again, keep it right here. And I don't know what Villanueva's distance is. I obviously missed the PAT earlier. I don't think that's really, unless you get down there at the 5-yard line, you got, a couple seconds left and you do it. But, yeah, you've got to try to get in the end zone, especially like you said, Reggie, Coconino gets the ball in the second half. So if you get some points here, and right now, Lake Havasu really hasn't done any Coconino in all their drives. So, so you've got the advantage.
So that's what was good about Coconino getting that one stop, because it's one of those games where every time the offense gets the ball, they may score. And so to get that stop and to be able to take the lead, and now they have the advantage. So if they are fortunate enough to be able to score here before the half is over, that'll be huge for them. Getting the ball in the second half, Patriot-esque.
Klaus back to pass. He goes back, looks, scrambles, fires, across the middle. He's got a man wide open, caught down there at the 25-yard line. Riker Patton down there at the 25 makes the catch. But we've got a flag on the play. Looks like it's holding Coconino. Yeah. Well, there's a reason why, Jacob was had a few more seconds to throw the ball there. Yikes.
Tell you, that's a backbreaker. But I tell you what, you saw the composure that Klaus had in the pocket. He stayed in the pocket. He kind of just stepped up in it, moved around. Unfortunately, the line had to hold, their blocks a little longer, and one guy was breaking loose, so he actually held him. But that was good. I'm not upset with that because they still get the ball. Although it was stopped, they moved back. They still have the ball. Now, if they can get a couple of big plays here, second down, 2nd and 20, they still got an opportunity to get a first down and maybe even score.
Yep, 2nd and 20 from the Coconino 28, 102 and counting the play until halftime. Let's see what Coconino can do here. In the game now is that's going to be Watson. Enoch throws and he picks it off. He got hit. His arm got hit. Taken by Riggs on the near sideline. Turns and burns. 10-5 touchdown Havasu. Enoch Watson threw the ball and his arm got hit and it fell short right into the arms of Riggs as he picked sixes Coconino. 27-19. That's exactly what you wanted to happen.
That's the youth part that I've been talking about. The game is too fast for him right now. That was definitely a ball that he never should have tried to throw.
But on the same time, his arm did get hit on the release.
But you don't make that throw when you got a guy right in your face like that, because that's exactly what could happen. Had he been 5 yards away and the guy coming in, yes. But when he's a yard from you, got his arms up, and you're trying to throw the ball over him, that's a ball you've got to just eat. But that's youth. That's what I mean. He didn't have the wherewithal to just step to the side, make some room. He kind of stayed right there and tried to throw over him. That's the thing he's going to learn. It's going to get better. It's a growing experience, growing pains, I call it. but it's unfortunate because that's something that Coconino really didn't need at this time, because you wanted to be able to keep the ball and maybe score yourself. Now you're behind the 8 ball again.
PAT is good. That makes the score 28-19. Lake Havasu with 43 seconds to go until halftime. The saving graces. Again, Coconino gets the ball in the second half. Yeah. And now you're just run out the clock and get the halftime at this point. Yeah. And, you're right. There's lessons being learned on a few things
absolutely,
here.
Man.
And like I said, Enoch's going to be a better quarterback for that. And he's going to be a better quarterback. Yeah. There's no doubt. Kid works hard. I mean, he's got some good teaching off the field. He's got great parents. I mean, kid's going to be okay, but it's just been a rough year for him.
He's got a lot of work to do. Yeah. The decision-making isn't great right now. But that's because right now, the game is just way too fast for him, and it's got to slow down. That's why Klaus is looking better, because the game is slower to him, and he's not making those kinds of mistakes and decisions. So that's something that Enoch's going to learn. He's going to be fine.
Flagstaff Foot Dodgers kickoff is taken there and dropped 53 for Coconino. That is Jack Whiting, the offensive lineman, a freshman offensive lineman. With the return there, that's exactly where Lake Havasu wanted to kick the ball there, because a lineman's not going to do much with the ball on the return. Trust me, I was lineman. But
hey, I've seen linemen take it all the way, man.
I think if you're the kicker, you look at where's my guy? Where's my guy? 51. That's my guy, and that's where they aim for him.
Yeah,
can't blame that at all. So Coconino back on the bunch. Jacob Klaus, the quarterback. Here's the snap and fumble on the ground, and I think Lake Havasu got it. Yep, they did. Fumble on the play. Havasu gets the ball back with 33 seconds to go until halftime. Coconino has to be careful right here. That's, yikes. They've got to be careful right here. And I believe Havasu's got at least, 2 timeouts left. They used that one on the PAT. So I believe they got 2 timeouts.
Yeah,
that's the biggest defensive series right here for Coconino.
They cannot let Havasu score here.
Well, and it looks like Havasu's got even though he's pooch kicking, kid's got a decent leg. They're just doing that out of design, so they may have a decent shot at a field goal here. But again, Coconino's got to make a play here. They got to keep the ball in front of them. They got to keep their eyes on Stopke, who's right off the right side. Here's a snap. He gets the handoff, goes right forward, and gained of a couple yards. And keeps moving, actually. He did get a couple yards. He gets feet moving and gain a couple more. And so he's down at about the 30. their 26-yard line, I guess. 25 seconds ago, they did get the. I don't know why is this? Oh, okay, timeout. Okay, I was going to say, it's like they're standing around the clock stop. Wait a minute, what's going on here? So Havasu with the timeout. I believe that's their second. I think they have one more left. So 25 seconds ago until halftime. Again, Havasu leads Coconino 28-19. Panthers fumble the ball away there, and right before that play, and that's how Havasu's down here in Coconino territory. Again, this is a huge football game. Coconino sitting at 14. They have to win this football game I would think, to be in line for the playoffs, because as much as the Eagles, the Flagstaff Eagles have lost 4 straight, coming in tonight against Lee Williams, they're down in the 21-22 range, so that win over them is not going to really help too much. This one would. If they somehow Coconino can find a way to win this game, this is going to help their playoff standing.
Yeah, for sure.
So here we go. 2nd and 6, 25 seconds to go until halftime. The Knights have the ball. Sopke's off to the right of the quarterback, Austin Head. Fake the handoff. Head off to the sideline. Complete. Nice wrap up and take out of bounds there by Andy Ruiz. Brenton Szymanski with the catch, but again, no yards gained, but he did get out of bounds, stops the clock with 21 seconds to go, but brings up 3rd down. No gain on the play. He lost a yard, but okay. No gain on the play, says the announcer. Okay, whatever. Then again, it's a near side of the field. I don't know what the heck's going on over there. 3rd and 6 from the 27. 21 seconds to go. Again, Austin Head, the quarterback. Sopke's off to his right shoulder. Here's a snap. Give. Sopke right through the line. 10-5, touchdown. Lake Havasu. His 4th of the half. Isaac Sopke. Woo, baby. Makes you wonder why they didn't do that the last play.
I tell you, he's fun to watch, man.
Oh man, he hits a hole.
Fun to watch.
He hits a hole.
He explodes into the hole, and wow, and strong, and just. But by the time he hits the hole, he's top speed, no hesitation whatsoever.
So Coconino's allowed 14 points in a
minute.
Less than that, like
less
40
than a minute.
40 seconds. Yeah. Here's the PAT. Kick is up and blocked. Low. It was low and blocked, so there's something to pull out of that. As 14 seconds to go in the half, Coconino trails 34-19 to Havasu. Well, let's be honest, they trail not only to Havasu, they trail to Isaac Sopke by 15 points.
Yeah, Sopke's been such a force tonight. I mean, you got to give that kid all kinds of credit. But, you look at this Coconino offense, they've been playing hard. They're playing valiant. They're having some good positive things. They just right at the end, a couple of bad mental mistakes, a couple bad mistakes, and those are the things that can really turn it around in the wrong direction. But again, man, this is a young team. Coach has found some guys that really want to play, and they're playing hard. And you can live with a mistake if the kids are playing hard. If they're not playing hard, that's when you say, okay, it's time for you to rethink whether you want to be out here or not. So, it's been a good performance by the offense the first half. Defense has been like non-existent except for one drive. But you got to give Lake Havasu's offense a ton of credit, man. These guys are good.
Yeah.
Very, very
especially
good.
when you have a very underrated running back. You don't hear this kid's name hardly at all, but, man, he is making some noise tonight. Here is the Flagstaff Foot Doctors kickoff, wave for a fair catch, and downed at the 30-yard line, and that was number 53. I believe that was Whiting again, I think, for that. Actually, Jack Whiting. This time he just probably was told to fair catch and just don't even bother with it. So here comes Coconino out with 13 seconds to go until halftime. Again, Coconino does get the ball in the second half. And they just need to get fall back and regroup here.
Just get to halftime. Don't do anything that's going to cause trouble. So take a knee, let the clock run out.
Yep. Here's the snap. And fumbled again by Klaus, but this time a Panther jumps on it. It was Andy Ruiz. And thankfully for Coconino, we're at halftime. The score, Lake Havasu 34, Coconino 19. We'll be coming back with the Old Route 66 Chevron halftime show here from Lake Havasu, Arizona on the Highlands 4 Coverings High School Sports Network.
This is KAFF Flagstaff, K228XO 93.5 Flagstaff, your home for the legends of country and the high school football game of the week.
Sunnyside Market at 4th Street Chevron is proud to be a sponsor of high school football. They offer any size fountain drinks for just 89 cents all day, every day. Swing in and check out the Panthers fan gear section, and students can receive 10% off with your school ID. In a hurry? Use their convenient drive-thru to get those last-minute snacks or beverages on game day. EBT is proudly accepted on all grocery items. That's Sunnyside Market at 4th Street, conveniently located on the corner of 4th Street and...
Renegotiating.
Napa know-how. With the largest parts inventory in northern Arizona, you can feel confident from fixing your car to shining up your ride that we've got you covered. And remember, with our price match guarantee, you can walk out of our stores knowing that you got the best service, the best part, and the best price possible. Napa. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud supporter of Coconino and Flagstaff High School athletics.
With Pergo Extreme Rigid Flooring, high performance runs deep. Deeper visuals, deeper protection, deeper warranty from the #1 preferred brand in flooring. Pergo Extreme Rigid Flooring offers unmatched durability and a guarantee you expect from a high-performance floor with the widest selection of beautiful, authentic wood and stone patterns. For details, contact Highland's Floor Coverings today at 774-6700 or stop by their showroom at 2009 North 4th Street for all the details.
Sports Network. The show is brought to you by Old Route 66 Chevron and Lauren Vickers Overhead Door. Let's head back to the stadium. Here's Dave and Reggie.
Back here in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, Lake Havasu City High School with a score. The Knights of Lake Havasu up 34-19 over Coconino here at halftime. And let's kind of go over the stats so far here in the first half as I don't mean to laugh, but Lake Havasu with 246 yards of total offense, 255 yards rushing because they have -9 yards passing in this game because, Coconino's done a good job on pass defense for sure. But if you look at the running the yards, it's a little ridiculous. Isaac Sopke, 11 carries, 254 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half. It's like every time he gets through the line, boom, gone. I mean, this is a kid I've been keeping my eye on him for a couple weeks. I've actually voted for him a couple weeks ago in our Player of the Week awards for the Arizona Heisman or the Ed Doherty Award. I think he's probably going to get my nomination again this week, honestly.
He should.
Yeah, he's just when this team needed most, his team Havasu, he's just been crazy. I mean, this is a minute, and he's running hard. He's running downhill, running hard between the tackles. There's not a lot Coconino can do about that. But then again, they're not getting anybody in front of him. It's like he's just running through, and he's got open grass right as he gets through the line.
Well, I mean, first of all, the line is opening up holes for him that he doesn't even have to hesitate. He doesn't have to try to set up a block. It's a hole that opens up, and he just explodes. So by the time he gets to that second level, the linebackers, they're running forward, and he's running past them. And then by the time the defensive backs kind of turn around and realize where he is, he's by them as well. He's got good speed. I'm not going to call it great speed, but he's got really good speed. But he's got vision. He's got instinct, and he's just a well-rounded football player. And that's the one thing that when you can't stop a guy like that, it's tough to do anything defensively.
So for the Coconino side, 179 yards rushing, 193 yards of total offense. Not a bad first half for Coconino, actually. They moved the ball pretty well. They got the time of possession, 14 minutes, 11 seconds. They've had the ball about 4 minutes more than 2, but then they're not stopping Havasu's running game. For running back, Riker Patton, 7 carries, 62 yards for him, 8.9 yards a carry average for Riker. Cooper French, 10 carries, 60 yards and 2 touchdowns for Coconino. So those 222 yards of total offense, only 17 carries. So not bad either for them. And Riker Patton also has 2 catches for 14 yards. Both those passes were thrown by Jacob Klaus. So the passing game, at least when they show it, they're showing it, and it's getting better. But going back to the what we call the Cocoa Bunch, the double wing tee, that's opened everything up for Coconino in this game, because I'm sure Havasu studied everything that Coconino threw at Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain and Cactus Shadows. They haven't run the Cocoa Bunch hardly at all this year, maybe 2 or 3 plays. So when they bust out the Cocoa Bunch in whole, they probably are just not ready for it. And again, I go back to a conversation we had with Cody Collette, the Prescott head coach, in the press box before we went on in that game. And I go, what is it? I mean, from the stands, yeah, it's tight packed there. And I get that from a defensive line standpoint, you don't really know where the ball's coming from. I get that. Is it really that difficult to coach against? Is it difficult to prepare for? And he goes, yeah, because just for that reason, there's like 4 guys back there. We don't know where it's going to come up the middle. It's going to come across. It's going to double across. Yeah, it is a pain in the rear end to try to prepare for that offense. By the way, the only loss that Prescott has coming into tonight, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets of the 3A East, they ran the double wing tee because Coach Jeremy Hathcock at Blue Ridge called Mike Lapsley and got some points on how to install it. And they beat Prescott with it. The one game, by the way, Cody did not watch. He was playing with his kids. He didn't even want to do it. They lost that game. So, but anyway, so that's where Coconino's going to be right now. And you know what? Why not finish the game like that? Play Flagstaff against that. Flagstaff doesn't have a chance from what we've seen of Flagstaff's defense. They don't stand a lot of a chance against that defense, against that offense either, because they have trouble stopping the run.
Yeah, well, you know, the tight wing has been Coconino's identity for the past, 3, 4, 5 years. And they got really, really good at it. And again, you started calling the Cocoa Bunch, but that's when you started seeing they had a good stable of running backs. They had a couple of guys, Zach Bennett specifically, who was a very, very good running back. That offense helped him be that type of player because there's a lot of misdirection. There's a lot of slants. There's a lot of, speed sweeps, things like that, jet sweeps, they call it these days. And those are the things because there's so much movement and because they're so tight to the line and they get so low, it's hard to see. And it's hard to see who has the ball. By the time you realize who has the ball, they pop through, they picked up big yardage. You're seeing a little bit of that tonight. It may not be those big, huge chunks of yards, but you're seeing 6, 7, 8, 9, sometimes 12 yards a carry. And that's what makes it successful. And it also gives you running backs and gives more guys the opportunity to touch the ball and do a whole lot more that way. So it's been really, really good. It's doing something where, Coconino is starting to find their identity again, and that's what they've been looking for quite some time. It's a learning experience. They're gonna grow. They're gonna do some things that are really good. They're gonna make a couple of mistakes. You're seeing some of the young players getting a lot more playing time and touching the ball and getting experience. They're gaining experience, and they've been in this ball game until right at the end of the first half, and that was kind of tough, man, to see a couple of plays that mental lapses and they give up the ball and then give up touchdowns like that. That again, that's an offense, that Lake Havasu offense, you really don't want to give them the ball. So you have to capitalize every chance you can with this Flagstaff, not the Flagstaff, but the Coconino offense. You've got to capitalize every chance you can.
Right now, Coconino, if I can get Ethan to swing it over to a point at the end zone, turn the camera over to the end zone. Here, if you're watching on YouTube, Coconino is meeting there in the would be the south end zone of Lake Havasu City High School, and they're just going over things and trying to figure out what they need to do to get back in this game, and obviously try to figure out how to stop Isaac Zopke, who's again 245 yards in the first half and 4 touchdowns. I love the on pace. He's on pace to rush for 500 yards and 8 touchdowns tonight in this game.
I don't want to see that.
No, nobody wants to see that.
I don't want to see that.
No, of course. So, but anyway, so Coach Schwetz is trying to formulate something to try to at least get in front of him. I know a 215-pound running back running at full speed, it's hard to get in front of a kid like that. They've got to do something to do that. So I mean, that's the thing. And
the only way to stop him is to keep him off the field right now, and that's something that the Coconino defense hasn't been able to do. And so we're gonna see again. I'm watching the coaches. They're coaching team. They're coaching the team up right now. They're gonna talk and see what guys are seeing out there and try to make the best adjustments that they can. So, it's going to be interesting to see. I want to see how the team comes out the second half. Again, the coaches are going to do everything they can to prepare these kids for the second half. They're going to make a lot of adjustments. I just want to see the passion and whether they come out flat, feel like, okay, we can't stop and we're out of it, and kind of lay down, I call it, or whether they're going to come out and say, well, you know what, we're just going to give it our all. Who knows what's going to happen? We still have an opportunity. If we get beat, it won't be because we just gave up. And so that's what I know the coaches are trying to inspire the young men to do, and I hope I see that. Can they win the ball game tonight? Yeah, they can. They can. They're going to have to make some stops defensively and then pretty much score every possession themselves off.
We are having some technical difficulties with our Country 93.5 AM 930. So right now we're right on board. And we're going to try to bring the radio folks back here in a second. So
I'll give you.
Sorry about that, folks on YouTube. You got hit with John Michael Montgomery in your ear right quick. So I'll turn that down on the YouTube channel. So as soon as Paige Daniels back at the station brings us back on, we'll rejoin radio and we'll get back to that, and we'll tell Paige that we'll probably go to break here in about a minute or so, just to kind of get back up the pace. We're don't have the best cell signaling, and we're running everything on the hotspot cell service. So we've been lucky so far as keeping the signal live. So as soon as we can here we come back. Sorry, folks, on Calf Country 93.5 at AM 930. We got our signal dropped here from Lake Havasu, but you didn't miss anything. We're at halftime. You missed a great breakdown from Reggie Eccleston. You have to go back on it too. Go back. Yeah, go back on YouTube when we're done here and go listen to what Reggie said while we were off air on radio. But anyway, we didn't lose any time. We're still in the middle of halftime. And that's why you should be watching on YouTube, because if we go off air, you can still, we can still go on like we're not on the air, or like we don't know we're off the air, and we're still going on with our halftime show. Anyway, we're at halftime. Coconino Trails, Lake Havasu 34-19. When we come back, we'll have more coming up. We'll get you a scoreboard update coming up as well on the old Route 66 Chevron halftime show on the Highland Ford Coverings High School Sports Network.
Old Route 66 Chevron at Railroad Spring.
It's time for Coconino Panther football, brought to you by Great Circle Media TV. And now, here's Dave and Reggie with the Pick and Run pregame show.
Get what you want at Old Route 66 Chevron. Open 6 a.m. to 4. Old Route 6 outsponsor high school sports on the nation. Hungry? Thirsty? Stop by Old Route 66 Chevron.
Companies say they're a local company, but are they really? Hi, I'm Dave Zorn, and Lauren Vickers Overhead Door is truly a Flagstaff company. The owner and founder, Lauren Vickers, was born and raised right here in Flagstaff. He and his wife, Susan, have raised their 6 kids here, so when they say they're local, they are. So if you need a new garage door and just need a part to fix the door, look no further than Lauren Vickers Overhead Door. They carry parts for all door brands and always try to fix the problem the customer has. Flagstaff owned and operated for over 45 years. That's Lauren Vickers Overhead Door. Log on to laurenvickersoverheaddoor.com or call them today at 928-774-2947.
Back here at Lake Havasu City High School, Dave Zorn and Reggie Eccleston with you on the Old Route 66 Chevron halftime show as we're kicking back and forth on air here, so we're just going to wait till it comes back. There we go. Man, technology is a blast, isn't it? Let's take a look at the scoreboard right now. We'll get you a rundown here. Over in Kingman, Lee Williams leads Flagstaff at high school halftime, 21-6. So that is at halftime. There's Lee Williams leads Flagstaff. Flagstaff hasn't won since Thunderbird for Winslow, the Thunderbird game. That's the last time they won, I think. Yeah. Then they've lost, I think, 4 straight now. So anyway, we'll see Flagstaff again. We'll catch back up with Coach Manning and the Eagles next week as they take on Coconino in the 53rd annual Flagstaff City Championship game in the Sky Dome. Well, by the way, we're kick off at 7:30 next week, 7 o'clock pregame, because the Montana Grizzlies are in against NAU next week. So whenever NU's got a home game, and they kick the high school game back a half an hour so the visiting team can go through walkthrough. That's kind of how that's set up. Over in the Crosstown Showdown at Bradshaw Mountain, the Bradshaw Mountain Bears lead Prescott 17-0 at halftime. Our friend Doug Cook, who's a writer there for the Daily Courier, says Bears dominating behind their stout defense and the program's quest for a Grand Canyon Region title. Actually, they're playing that game at Prescott. I thought it was actually a Bradshaw Mountain, but it's at Prescott. But yeah, so now they've kept teams scoreless now in 2.5 games, and they're the team that's been leading the region for a couple weeks now. They've kept off the board at 0 points, and they're up 17-0. So I mean, I don't know where it just clicked for Bradshaw Mountain defensively, but man, alive, they are playing. They're probably the best defensive. They're definitely the best defensive team in the region right now. You got to make an argument that Bradshaw Mountain's the best, one of the best defensive teams in the 4A. And if they get in the playoffs, watch out.
Well, the way they're playing, I tell you, man, and they don't have to score a lot of points. They know that defense is going to be very stout for them. And if they can hold other teams to no touchdowns or 1 touchdown, their offense is going to grind it out. They're good enough to score 14 points, maybe more. But that's been their recipe for winning. They're not winning, 45, 50 to nothing like, some of these teams that we're used to seeing go out there and put up, a bunch of points. They just figure, hey, we'll stop you, and then we'll score a couple. We'll just grind it out, keep the ball, and that's a good recipe to win football games.
It's not fun. It's not sexy. It's boring. It's winning football, and that's what Bob Young has done for over 30 years in the Grand Canyon region. When he was at Mingus, it's the same thing. Now Bradshaw, it's the same. And yeah, the kids love playing something like that. Probably not, but they're winning games because of it. I mean, I guarantee you, Prescott's going to get maybe 2 or 3 drives in that second half against Bradshaw Mountain, because Bradshaw Mountain's going to just milk the clock, 6-7 minute drives. Yeah. So Prescott, when they get the ball, they better start making it try to count over there, or else it's gonna be over.
And that's what happens. You put a team in that position, and then they have to try to score quick. Then they get out of character. Now they're doing things that they don't normally like to do. Then they make mistakes. Then all of a sudden, they turn the ball over. Then that grinded out offense keeps the ball for another 6 or 7 minutes. So it's just that way, man. It's a good recipe for winning football, and not good looking and exciting game.
No,
it just wins.
It took everything for me to stay awake in the dome against Flagstaff, and I think Jeff and I probably took turns napping last week at Bradshaw with Coconino. It definitely is not an energetic brand of football, but it's coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. That's the worst feeling in the world. And when we talked to Coach Lapsey at the end of the game, he's just like, we got beat. We got beat by the better team, and it's been like that for like 3 weeks. For Bradshaw Mountain, except they lost 3-0 to Lee Williams. They got shut out. Yeah, but they've held teams to 3 points in 3.5 games. That's incredible at the high school level. Yeah. And hey, props to Coach Young and Bradshaw Mountain for getting the kids to buy into that, and it's working. And like I said, if they get in the 4A playoffs, that is definitely not a team I want to see.
That's a dangerous team. That's a dangerous team.
The old adage, defense wins championships.
Yeah, it's true.
Not saying they're going to win a 4A title, but I'm telling you, they're going to be in games because they're playing that good a defense.
They'll be in it, and for sure, and then you never know what can happen. Heck, if the offense can all of a sudden wake up and score 21 points, 34 points, you never know what could happen in the tournament. But
that's the end of the old Route 66 Chevron halftime shows. Coconino and Havasu get stretched out. We'll see what happens. The kickoff of the third quarter coming up next on the Highland Floor Coverings High School Sports Network.
This has been the old Route 66 Chevron halftime show on the Highlands Floor Coverings High School Sports Network. The show was brought to you by Old Route 66 Chevron and Lauren Vick.
3.5 hour drive home.
So am I.
Yeah.
Tree 93.5, AM 930, and streaming on calflegends.com.
Old Route 66 Chevron at Railroad Springs is serving all your favorite breakfast and lunch items with Hot Stuff Foods. Enjoy a variety of breakfast sandwiches and delicious burritos along with all of the sides. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken sandwiches, and more. Hungry? Get what you want at Old Route 66 Chevron. Open 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Old Route 66 Chevron is a proud sponsor of high school sports on this station. Hungry? Thirsty? Stop by Old Route 66 Chevron.
American Trailer Company, now located in Flagstaff, sells high-quality new and used trailers from a single axle up to a 40-foot gooseneck, not to mention dump trailers. American Trailer Company also offers financing and accepts trade-ins. Visit them on the web at americantraileraz.com. Call them at 928-440-4742. American Trailer Company proudly supports our local high school athletics and would like to wish the football teams at Flagstaff and Coconino High Schools a great 2021 football season.
Companies say they're a local company, but are they really? Hi, I'm Dave Zorn, and Lauren Vickers Overhead Door is truly a Flagstaff company. The owner and founder, Lauren Vickers, was born and raised right here in Flagstaff. He and his wife, Susan, have raised their 6 kids here, so when they say they're local, they are. So if you need a new garage door and just need a part to fix the door, look no further than Lauren Vickers Overhead Door. They carry parts for all door brands and always try to fix the problem the customer has. Flagstaff owned and operated for over 45 years. That's Lauren Vickers Overhead Door. Log on to laurenvickersoverheaddoor.com or call them today at 928-77947.
Years, months, hours, minutes, and seconds of training, practice, prep, and drills on to game time, and here we are. Hi, this is Mark Harris, owner of Flagstaff Chevrolet on Route 66. On behalf of my entire team at Flagstaff Chevrolet, we cheer on.
Well, it's renegotiating. Come on. Come on.
Give a big thanks to River Medical.
Come on, Signal.
Availability at all of our games. Big thank you to River Medical for all their availability at our games.
Come on.
And how about those Havasu cheerleaders? A big round of applause for Coach Resnick, Coach Walker, Coach Mitty, and the cheerleaders.
Yeah, Mitty. Shut mine down.
Hold on. I don't think it makes a difference. Hold on, folks, from on YouTube. We're again renegotiating with our radio signal here. Hang tight.
Available to businesses. A big thank you for your support as a booster and sponsor.
Hang tight, folks, here on YouTube. We're trying to get back our connection with the radio.
Very much as it is.
Can you hear me all right, Dave?
Yeah, I got you. Let's go.
Cool. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In the shower, at least a half an
Back
hour.
here at Lake Havasu City High School, as we are still dealing with some connection issues. So bear with us as we try to get through the game here on the radio side. Again, you can watch the game on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and do a search for Great Circle Media TV, and we don't have any dropouts now. So at least on that side. So you can go watch and listen to the rest of the game there on YouTube, and hopefully we're still back. I hope we are. Anyway, we're waiting for a 3-minute runoff here before we kick them off. You haven't missed anything if you're on radio. If you can still hear us on radio anyway, you haven't missed anything. We're still waiting for the two teams to kick off again. 34-19, Lake Havasu leads Coconino here at the start of the third quarter. So again, I mean, defensively they got to find a way to stop Isaac Zopke here in the second half, and nothing really too wrong with offense. He's got to hang on the football. That's their biggest problem. They can't turn the ball over. Now, more than anything, they can't do it anymore. So they've got to have some sustained drives and keep focus offensively, but they've got to figure out a way to stop Isaac Zopke.
Yeah, that's their only chance and opportunity to win tonight. Defensively, they're going to have to find some kind of way to make some stands and keep that Lake Havasu offense out of the end zone. And offensively, I think at this point, they're really going to have to try to score on every possession. And they can't have any turnovers. They can't have mental mistakes. They have to get the ball, move it down the field and just score points. That's all they can do. But what coach is going to want to see is who's going to continue to play hard. And those guys that play hard, those are the guys he'll stick with.
Here's a deep kick, and it's a go to Griffin Benedict. He gets it at the 15-yard line when he steps out of bounds. Actually, they dropped the flag, so maybe they're going to call it out of bounds. Or like a was kicked. Oh no, they waved off the flag. Okay, so yeah, no, Griffin Benedict stepped out of bounds. So Coconino gets the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. At first, they threw the flag, thinking maybe the ball went out of bounds, but he stepped on the line obviously over there. So anyway, that's a mistake there by Griffin Benedict, but it's okay. I mean, we at least we don't turn the ball over, so they got the ball 1st and 10 to 15.
Right. Yeah, I thought he was going to let the ball go out. It was definitely on its way out.
Yeah, again, it probably should have, because that's a 20-yard difference here. Yeah. But again, I mean, he's first year up on varsity. It happens.
Look, he's trying to play.
Yeah,
he's trying to play hard.
Yeah.
You can deal with a mistake when the guy is trying and giving his all.
Here's a give. That is got a little bit of a hole, and with Jacob Klaus, but he was tackled. That's Riker Patton, and he was definitely down. Yep, and the referee said, yep, definitely down. But, man, God, hold on to the ball, guys. I mean, so anyway, so that was a handout off the bunch. Again, Jacob Klaus handed the ball off to Riker Patton and was the lead blocker. Great gain there. That's enough for a Panther first down. So 1st and 10 Coconinos. Again, they've done a good job moving the ball when they haven't turned the ball over. Again in the bunch, Klaus under center. There's a snap. And it's going to be a keeper from Jacob Klaus. He goes around the right side, and he's tackled by a couple Knights there across the 35 and down about the 37-yard line. And that's going to be another gain of about 7 or 8 yards there by Coconino. And again, Panthers moving the ball at a pretty good clip, as they have done pretty much all night against Lake Havasu.
Yeah, and this is what they need to do. They don't need to panic and start trying to, throw deep passes or score very quickly. They've got plenty of time. I mean, again, defense is going to have to step up and make stops. But if they can just drive the ball down the field, do what they did the first half, score touchdowns, they're still in this football game.
Here's a handoff to Riker Patton. It tries to throw the stiff arm, but gets some speed around and knocked out of bounds on the near side of the field, past the 45, down to about the 47-yard line, gain of about 10 yards, and that's going to be another Coconino first down.
Yeah, they're running the ball very well.
It's a Cocoa Bunch, baby.
It's Cocoa Bunch, yeah, and it's not just the Cooper French show. It's, Riker Patton and Klaus and Fossil and Cooper French. It's
just like the McRib.
There you go.
This is back.
This back.
For limited time because it's got 2 or 3 games left. Again, here's the handoff across the midfield down about the 47-yard line, 48-yard line. That's Cooper French on the carry, and that's another 5 yards or so on the play. Actually, you're going to get about 6 on the play. That brings them 2nd and 4 at the Knight 48-yard line.
Do you have food on your mind?
No, I just thought of it. It just popped in my no. No, not after In-N-Out today down the road by the London Bridge.
I was going to say, man.
No, I just popped in my head. I just thought I'd go with
it. All right.
There's a snap toss to Cooper French. Goes on the far side and gets a couple yards on the play, close to the 45, but down about the 46. Gain of maybe 2, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and about long 3, short 3, long 2 here at the Knight 46. 9:52 to go in the third quarter. Again, Coconino down 34-19, but they're off to a good start here in the third quarter thus far. So the line in the bunch again is Jacob Klaus leading the Coconino offense. Here's a snap, gives to Riker Patton on the end around across the 45, and the ball pops out and it's taken by the Knights. And here comes the return to the 40, and he's going to be brought down by Jacob Klaus, I believe, at the 35. And now that was Andy Ruiz, and that ball just popped right out of Jacob Klaus's hands, and yeah, there's no doubt about that. That was another turnover by Coconino. Wow. And now the Knights get it 1st and 10, up 15.
Well, trying to get that first down, extra effort, but they got to be better ball security, again, man. But I'm going to tell you, I'm watching these guys really work hard, and they're trying. Things are definitely not going their way right now, and they're, Butterfingers, I'm going to call them. They're turning the ball over, but at least the thing you can pull out of it is these kids are still playing hard, and that's exactly what you want to see. So, it's just unfortunate. Their extra effort is causing turnovers, but you can live with that.
Austin Head, the quarterback for the Knights. Snap, gives to Sopke. Tries to find a hole through that line, and they brought him down this time. But it's a gain of about maybe 5 yards or so on the play. Like we mentioned before, that offensive line for Lake Havasu is just enormous across the line there. And then you got a 215-pound running back coming right behind them.
And he's a load.
It's a recipe for success there. Here's a give to Sopke again. And he breaks through, high steps it, across the 25, breaks through some tackles to the 10, down to the 5-yard line. My goodness, what a run by Isaac Sopke there.
Wow.
I mean, just blew through guys left and right. High stepped over another Coconino Panther and is down to the 5. You can see why Coach Ball and the Indy Lumberjacks like this kid and are keeping an eye on this kid, and that is exactly what's happening. Here's a give to Sopke again. Turns the corner, runs over a couple Panthers, leans in, does not get the score, but he's down at the 1-yard line.
He's a punishing runner. He delivers the blow. I mean, he's making guys catch him, and that's not good as a defensive back or linebacker to be catching the blow from the guy. You're the one supposed to be delivering the blow. But Sopke is one of those. He's always leaning forward. He's the one attacking you, putting the pressure on you and laying the blow.
Gives a Sopke, touchdown, Knights. That's his 5th touchdown of the game, and that makes the score now Lake Havasu 40, Coconino 19 with the PAT coming.
Tell you what, man, it's the Isaac Stopke show. He's a load at running back, but this is a great offensive line for this Lake Havasu team. They're just blowing the defensive backs off the defensive line backwards, and then Sopke's just pounding his way in there.
PAT coming up for Havasu. There's a snap, ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 8:17 to go in the quarter. Havasu now up 41-19 on Coconino. Back with the kickoff next on the Highland Sport Coverings High School Sports Network.
Hello, everybody. Aaron from Napa with your daily dose of Napa know-how. With the largest parts inventory in northern Arizona, you can feel confident from fixing your car to shining up your ride that we've got you covered. And remember, with our price match guarantee, you can walk out of our stores knowing that you got the best service, the best part, and the best price possible. Napa. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud supporter of Coconino and Flagstaff High School athletics.
Flagstaff parents, don't fumble with your children's dental care needs. For over 30 years, Northern Arizona families have entrusted Around the Mountain Pediatric Dentistry's board-certified dentists to give their children winning smiles. Call or text their offices today to get your child's next appointment scheduled. 928-779-0385. Score a touchdown with your child by giving them the dental care they deserve with one of Around the Mountain's board-certified dentists. Call or text 928-779-0385 to schedule your child's appointment.
Hi, this is Jacob Klaus, safety at Coconino High School, and you're listening to the Game of the Week on the Highland Sport Coverings High School Sports Network. Go Panthers.
Here's the Flagstaff Bulldogs kickoff. Griffin Benedict, he's got a little bit of room. Crosses off the 40-yard line down about the 42. Good run there by Griffin Benedict, and that is mom yelling in below us if I put it right. So
supporting her son. There you go.
You're right. That's going to happen.
That's
sure.
Right.
So Benedict's return sets it up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line for Coconino as they try to get back in this game a little bit. By the way, Jonathan Harmil was about to return the kick there too, but he went on Benedict's side for the return. So they're trying to a bunch of different guys that return at this point. But here comes the Coconino Panthers, 1st and 10. Klaus under center, and in motion it's Cooper. Here's a toss to him. He's got a burst of speed, cross midfield. He's got a little bit of room. Crosses the 45 to the 40. Breaks a couple of tackles to the 35, 30, 15 to 20, 15, and he's knocked out about the 10-yard line. Cooper French with a big-time run. About 50 yards on that one. He goes over 100 yards again in a game for Cooper French, and Coconino's in business down inside the 10-yard line. But there's a flag on the play at the end. I think this might, well, let's see. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think it probably goes on Havasu because it's not an area where to be holding, but there could be, I don't know, like a face mask type or something.
Back.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's coming back. I don't know. Oh, there's the flag right there on the 49. I didn't see it mixed in with the logo there. Another holding call on the big run. My goodness. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's amazing. I mean, literally like over the last 3 or 4 years, I mean, we've seen humongous runs and returns and stuff, and it always gets called back on a hold. I mean, it happens a lot, and it happens a lot in this region too. By the way, it's not just Coconino or Flagstaff. It's a lot of guys get caught, and I don't know if the referee's just watching it more carefully over the last couple of years. It could be because the old ownage there's a holding on every play, especially if you're an offensive lineman, because you're taught to hold but just not get away with it. Yeah, but maybe there's a bigger look at how to call holding on some of these things. Anyway, 1st and 14, Coconino at their own 38. Here's a pitch. Here's a run on the right side. That's going to be Riker Patton, I believe. Gain of about maybe 4 yards. Gets past the original line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 2nd down and about 8 for Coconino. So for a second, Cooper French was over 100 yards, but it came back on the film.
Yeah, he's they bottle him up a little bit, but he's one of those kids that he can pop one at any time as well. So and the thing about it, they've been spreading the ball out to a lot of the other running backs tonight, and they're performing well. Cooper French is still going to have his moments where he gets an opportunity to pop one like he just did.
Movement on the defensive line. I don't think there's a flag, but there's a handoff from Jacob Klaus, and there's down there across the 45. Riker Patton again on the carry. Darius Walls on the tackle there for Havasu with 7 minutes and counting in the third quarter. Again, 41-19 Havasu over Coconino here in the third in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Where behind us is the lake itself, and just over the lake is California. Coconino in the bunch at about the 47. And in motion. Pitch to Cooper. Here comes Cooper across midfield. Now down to the 45. Down. Tackle there at the 45. That's enough for a Coconino first down on 3rd down. That's after the holding penalty. It's they got it back together and they got a first down out of it. So positive yardage here out of the Cocoa Bunch.
Yeah, and they're mixing it up a little bit. Earlier in the game in the Cocoa Bunch, what they've been doing is handing the ball off. Going up off guard, off tackle. Now you're starting to see them do the Cocoa Bunch with, get the guy in motion, then pitch the ball so that he can either get to the outside, and go toward the sideline, or cut it up. Maybe cut back off tackle against the grain, which has been very successful for them.
Riker Patton with the carry, cross the 45, cross the 40, knocked out bounds inside the 35-yard line, actually. And I think it's where he's going to be, but it's good for another Coconino first down, 1st and 10 at the Knights' 35-yard line.
Yeah, they're moving the ball. I mean, and again, that's what coaches want to see right now. Whether guys just kind of give up and knowing, okay, we're out of this ball game, or do they keep playing hard? And right now you're seeing these young men still give their all, play hard, because, again, you never know what can happen. They could make some big plays, and then all of a sudden make a couple of turnovers by Lake Havasu, and then they're right back in the football game. It's not out of the ordinary for that to happen.
Tyson Fossil with a carry at the middle for 7 yards. That brings up 2nd and 3 for Coconino. It's again to the line in the bunch. Fossil right behind Jacob Klaus there in the double wing. Snap. It's going to be a keeper for Klaus. And he gets thrown out of bounds, close to a first down. If he's got enough for it, yep, he does. Another Coconino first down, 1st and 10. Moving the ball at Coconino. Now, one thing you saw on that play, especially if you're watching on YouTube, Jacob's got to be careful because he's already had a ball punched out. He's carrying the ball outside. He's got the ball kind of between his wrist and his bicep. And he's just winging it out there. He's got to be careful because, a Knight player can come and punch it out again. He's got to be careful how he's holding that ball.
Got to keep it tighter to his body.
Here's a snap. Again, here's Klaus on the carry. Makes a couple moves down to about the 10-yard line. Gain of about 8 yards on the play and bring up 2nd and 2 for the Panthers at the Knight 10.
The other thing they've got to watch for also is if he's like that play right there where he ran to the right and he had the ball on his left arm, the inside arm. So now you've got defenders coming from that direction that you've got the ball exposed. You've got to get it to your outside arm so that you can use your left hand as defense and defend those tacklers off.
There's Cooper French. Actually, no, that's Riker Patton. Gets through the left side of the line. Gain of 5 yards down to about the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal for Coconino at the Knight 5 with 4:40 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's been a nice drive for this Coconino offense.
Yeah,
they're moving the ball downfield, and hopefully they'll put it in for 6 points.
Klaus under center. Snap. Give is to Fossil. Tries to move, and he gets close to the goal line. That's short, about down to the 1 yard line. Gain of 4 for Tyson Fossil. As now 3rd and goal at the night 1 with Lake Havasu leading 41-19. Score update from Kingman. Lee Williams up on Flagstaff 28-6 now in the 3rd quarter. Here's a snap. And it is give is to Riker Patton, and he doesn't get in. He's stopped, no gain. Well, they did. Fossil got down to the 1, but they marked him at the 2. So Fossil, Patton may have gotten a yard on that, but maybe no gain. But that brings up now again 3rd and goal at the 2 as Coconino tries again to punch it in here.
Tell you, that pursuit from the backside caught him. He was trying to get to the outside. Defensive end from the opposite side just came right through and made that tackle.
Cooper French gets the handoff and walks in the end zone. Touchdown, Coconino. Cooper French gets points on the board for the Panthers. Now we're down 41-25, and they're going to come in for the extra point. As Jose Miguel Villanueva, the freshman, is going to come in and try to tack on another point on the board here with 3:28 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I tell you, it's good to see that they're putting up points tonight, though. You know, they've been stagnant for the last couple of weeks, and you know, it's been a little lethargic, but they're putting up points now.
Bobble snap, and the Knights came busting through and tackled Villanueva, so no good on the PAT. So 3:28 to go in the quarter. We'll keep it here as Lake Havasu now leads 41-25 over Coconino. Again, we'll be in the Sky Dome next Friday night for the 53rd annual Flagstaff City Championship. Flagstaff and Coconino in the Sky Dome. Kickoff will be at 7:30 next week, special start time. We'll be on there at 7 o'clock with a pregame show here on the network. And we'll see if Coconino can win their 5th straight city championship game, or can Flagstaff bust the 4-game winning streak. We'll tell you this is our 5th year doing games on the radio here. We've never seen Flagstaff beat Coconino in that game. It's been Coconino from day one.
It has
from
been.
The first year when Ty Furr scored from 1 yard out at the buzzer to beat Flagstaff 5 years ago.
I definitely recall that game, and it's been all Coconino since.
I saw Ty on Wednesday. Went down to practice in NEU, and he's still busting his rear end. He's on kickoff team.
Nice.
Got a chance to talk to him a little bit. Doing pretty well. So still fighting hard and working hard for the Lumberjacks. By the way, if you go to the game, he's number 34. So look for number 34. It's former Coconino quarterback Ty Furr on the Lumberjacks. Here's a Flagstaff Foot Dodgers kickoff, and the return man just goes out of bounds at 25. I guess he didn't want to get touched or something right there. That's kind of weird. So that was Mr. Peloton on the return. And again, that's where Lake Havasu is now going to start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And tell you what, let's Isaac Sopke with 5 touchdowns, and I got to see how many yards he has now at this rate, and get you an update on kind of the stat sheet here, because we are definitely keeping an eye on that. And Riker Patton, by the way, the 119 yards rushing for
great night for him.
But yes. Sopke at 15 carries, 289 and 5 touchdowns. We still got 3:23 to go in the 3rd. Phew, my goodness! And he's had one 300-yard game this year. It was against Mojave. So yeah, he's looking at maybe a season high at this point here against Coconino, but we'll see. Sopke's in the right off to the right, if you're watching on YouTube, right off to the left of the quarterback here. He gets the ball. Sopke ditches, tries to get through. Man, the Panthers are trying to get something on him. It's just not working. As he gains 8 yards on the play there. Now bring up 2nd and 2 for Havasu. So now he's at 297 right now is Isaac Sopke for Lake Havasu.
Well, you know, he's getting, like I said, he's getting to that second level. And when I mean second level is the linebackers and defense backs, you know, very quickly. The defensive line is not even getting a hand on him.
Yeah.
You know, that's credit to the offense, opening up the holes, keeping those. But he's getting through those holes so fast that he's on those smaller guys.
Right.
And that's what makes it so difficult to tackle him.
And here's a carry for Sopke, and I don't think he's going to cross that 300 yards there, but we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be close, but close to a first down. He's going to get at least 2. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 for Havasu. And by the way, Mr. Sopke's only a junior. He's going to come back for another year.
That was when we get to the second level. The deep tackle was able to get his shoulder pad on him and stop him. Still picked up a yard, but didn't pick up 10.
Right, exactly. So 3rd and 2 for the Knights at their own 33-yard line. Here's a snap, and we've got a whistle. And we'll see what this is going to be. Is it going to be false start on the Havasu? Yeah, it is. And right there, they were looking to maybe even pitch the ball, maybe even a keeper there by Andrew Head. But backing up 5 yards, 3rd down and 7 at the now it's going to be at the 33-yard line for Havasu. And Coconino can get a stop here, get the ball back. Havasu's not doing anything to try to stop Coconino's offense when Coconino doesn't stop them themselves with turnovers. So just saying, you stop them here.
Yeah,
we'll see. Right now, Andrew Head, the quarterback, Austin Head, excuse me. And now we've got a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 1:34 to go in the quarter. So big down here for Coconino as Havasu calls that timeout. Again, 41-25. Coconino stops him here and gets the ball back. And we don't know if Havasu's got a punter. And actually,
and we haven't seen one.
Enoch Watson does the punting for Coconino. We haven't seen him out punting either. So
the offenses have been dominant.
Right. No, exactly. And obviously, when you look at it, it's come down to two things: unable to stop Isaac Zopke and.
Right. Yeah, that's been it. Stopke has just had a phenomenal night. Turnovers and it was right at the end of the second half of the first half that all of a sudden Coconino started making those turnovers, just bad mistakes, and come back here in the second half. First drive they have a fumble as well, but offense other than that has been playing very, very well tonight, and that's a good sign for them. And again, not only are you talking about this season, but you're building on your future, and when you do that, you got young players face some adversity, but they're playing very hard tonight. They seem to be overmatched, but they're not giving up. And that's something that you really get excited about when you see that. It's gonna bode them well later in the future.
3rd and 8 for Havasu. Is to give this? No, it's a fake to Zopke. Pitch out on the near side. He's got some room, and it is still going across the 45, not across midfield, and down about actually he's going to step out of bounds at the 48-yard line. That was a pass out to the kind of a flare out to Brenton Samansky. He is a senior wide receiver. That's a big gain for Havasu, and that's a 1st down for the Knights. Good play call there, because I think Coconino was thinking that the big guy was going to get the ball, but no, he flared it out. And here's Zopke with the handoff, and people are trying to hang on to him. It's just not working. And down to the 40-yard line, and there's now Isaac Zopke's over 300 yards rushing with that run right there. With a gain of about 7-8 yards and up bring up 2nd and 2.
What was his high for the year so far?
He was over 300 against, I'll have to look it up. I know he's over 300 against Mojave. I just got to look up how exact. But he's getting really, really close to a season high.
Okay.
I'll go a second, I'll look that up. Luckily, we got the end of the quarter here coming up. And Havasu is just waiting to get the play in here. Finally do. Isaac Zopke off to the right of Austin Head, the quarterback for the Knights. Snap, give us to Zopke. And again, now finally, Panthers gain tackle him, but not before there's enough of a 1st down. So 1st down for the Knights, 1st and 10 for them with 27 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter.
1st and 10 for the Knights on the 37-yard line of the Panthers.
By the way, the Knights can win their region, which is the 4A Southwestern region, with a Yunker loss tonight. They don't even have to. This is a non-region game for them, so they can win the region if Yunker loses tonight. Not that it matters, there's no automatic bid, but that's still bragging rights. So anyway, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter coming up. Havasu leads Coconino 41-25. Back with the 4th quarter next on the Highland Sport Coverings High School Sports Network.
This is KAFF Flagstaff, K228XO 93.5 Flagstaff, your home for the legends of country and the high school football game of the week.
Here at the Light Company, we believe community is everything.
Helping one another, supporting great causes,
So
and
Isaac
being a
Zopke,
part
for
of
those
helping
on,
Flagstaff thrive is
Reggie
truly
had
what
me
it's
do
all
work and try to
about.
find Southland. So Isaac Zopke had 26 carries for 302 yards and 4 touchdowns against Mojave. By the way, Havasu had a 7-0 lead at halftime in that game.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he had 302 against Mojave. And let me see what he's got. He's got to be over that now, I think. Pretty sure he is. Tell you what, after seeing this kid play, I want that guy in blue and gold for NAU.
Yeah, he's definitely a player. He's definitely a player.
He's 19 carries, 312 right now. So, yeah, he's season high.
Means working side by side with you, our customers, to provide consistent, high-quality teamwork
I
across
still
our
like the
7
effort
dealerships.
that
Bring you the
Coconino
winning
keeps
combination
giving
of
tonight.
vehicle
They're
sales,
really trying to
service,
play hard,
collision
man.
repair,
They
and
haven't
more.
given up, and I
Flagstaff
like to
Eagles
see
and
that
Coconino
passion.
Panthers, we encourage you to keep on grinding to rise to the top. For more information, visit us at oxendale.com.
Hi, this is Andy Reese, cornerback at Coconino High School, and you're listening to the Game of the Week on the Highlands Floor Covering High School Sports Network. Go Panthers!
We're back at the pitch to Sopke. He goes down the near sideline, knocked out of bounds there by number 11. That is Tyler Reagan. Not before another big gain there by the junior running back, Isaac Zopke, for Havasu. And with that run, I believe he's over 320 yards rushing now, and that is a season high for the 6 foot, 215-pound running back from junior, by the way, from Lake Havasu.
You know, look at the legs on Stopke.
Yeah, I know
he's got huge legs.
Yeah,
man.
He reminds me of a little bit bigger Kevin Daniels when he ran at Glendale. Yeah,
I was just gonna mention that.
There's Sopke. He goes on the right side, turns the corner, busts through a couple of guys, and goes over. Now, Griffin Benedict is the one who makes a tackle from behind, but not before. Again, Sopke gets about 9 yards on the play, but yeah. You look at a guy like Kevin Daniels from Glendale, how big of a runner he was in high school, and look what he's doing in NAU. He's averaging like 120 yards a game for the Lumberjacks right now as a freshman. Mm-hmm. And you and I saw him. We knew that kid was going to be good, and he is. Here's a give. It is to the up man. I don't know if that was Sopke again. I think it was. Yep, that was Sopke again. He gets up. He doesn't look like he gets up. It's no big deal. It doesn't look like he's, rushed for 300 yards and like 20 carries. Like, oh, back up again. However, he did take a little while to get up right there. He may have taken a shot right there at the end, but that's enough for another night's first down, first and goal at the 6-yard line for Havasu, already up 41-25. Austin Head, the quarterback. Sopke's off to his right. Here's a snap. He was the second man, and he's down to about the 1-yard line. That is going to be Sam Miles. Called his name. For it's just the first quarter, really, but not really anybody else has had a chance to run the football. So if Miles gets down to about the 1-yard line and brings up second and goal for the Knights with 10:50 to play.
Second and goal for the Knights.
Once again, remind you that basketball season gets underway November 30th here on the network. We'll be at Coconino for the first game as the Coconino Panthers, the new look Coconino Panthers, take on the Tempe Buffaloes. And we hearing good things about Coconino's basketball team this year. New guards, and they got a foreign exchange student from New Zealand who's like almost 7 feet tall. So that's going to be fun to watch.
Wow.
Here's a snap. Give us to Sopke again, and he's into the end zone for a 6th touchdown of the game. Touchdown Knights, and they're now up 47-25. Oh, Sam Miles. Okay, again, I thought it was Sopke. So take that out the board. Sam Miles with the first touchdown for him tonight, as he gets the carry for the touchdown.
We're just so used to hearing his name and seeing it.
22-23, yeah. Even though Sam Miles, it's like Sopke ate Sam Miles. It's not as big as Isaac Sopke is.
236-8370.
Here comes a PAT for the Knights. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 48-25, 10:19 to go. Back after this for the kickoff on the Highlands Fort Coverings High School Sports Network.
48.
Hi, it's Jacob Lundy, General Manager of Finley Honda Flagstaff. And on behalf of the Finley family and our entire team, we want to wish a season of great success to the Flagstaff Eagles and Coconino Panthers. The next time you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle and want a big city deal with a small town feel, reach out to us at Finley Honda Flagstaff. Keep your vehicle purchase
basketball games this year. 17 games on our schedule, and we'll make sure to put that out here pretty soon and get you guys to look at it. Most of the games are going to be region games. We are going to have an extra girls game too. So we're going to do the doubleheader, Flag Coco girls and boys. We're going to do an extra girls for both Flag and Coconino too. So we'll put the schedule out soon, and hope you guys take a look at it. And join us either at the games or right here on YouTube and the network. When we come back from break here in a couple seconds.
Drive through to get those last-minute snacks or beverages on game day. EBT is proudly accepted on all grocery items. That's Sunnyside Market at 4th Street, conveniently located on the corner of 4th Street and 6th Avenue.
Hi, this is Tyson Falzo, fullback at Coconino High School, and you're listening to the Game of the Week on the Highland Sport Coverings High School Sports Network. Go Panthers!
Back here on the Flagstaff Foot Doctors kickoff, and again, it's the freshman lineman, Jack Whiting, I believe, who fields the kick, and instead of taking the fair catch, he decides to run it and gets decleated by wide receiver Gavin Briggs. Actually, running back Gavin Briggs, the freshman on freshman, and but he held on to the ball. That's a good thing. And so Coconino's got the ball first and 10 at their own 24.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to go down on the knee and do the fair catch, but then he changed his mind, and I think he's rethinking that decision.
Here's a pass on the outside and complete over there on the near side, and that is number 15, Dylan Sangiantisto, 5'11" senior for Coconino with the catch. And that's a first down for Coconino as they're moving the ball. And I believe, is that Enoch on it? Yeah,
it is.
It was Enoch, Enoch Watson with the throw there. So
good throw.
Good
timing.
Confidence here for him too. As they now Coconino out of the bunch, they're kind of in the I formation now. And in motion, it's Ortiz back to kind of their base package offense this year. As Enoch backs the pass, looks, fires it deep. He's got a man downfield, but overthrows the man and the defensive backs. Sangiantisto, again, the intended receiver, and they complete. Now brings up second down. So Coach Mike Lapsey giving Enoch Watson a little bit of a look here and see if he can't move the ball down the field by passing the ball here.
Yeah, I still think, instead of trying to go for the deep balls right away, send the guy deep, but you don't have to go for him unless he's wide open. And he's throwing into coverage. There was double coverage on that play. So he had a check down guy. There was a guy shorter, about 8 to 10 yards down, from the line of scrimmage, I meant to say. Those are the types of passes he needs to start hitting, get into that rhythm and that flow. And then those deep balls will start landing later.
Now, 2nd and 2, so why not take a shot too, right? Enoch Watson, bat the pass, looks
now
complete
to
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
Ruiz, he crosses midfield. Nice catch, nice run after the catch for Andy. And a good first down there for Coconino. Now they're moving the ball in the air on Lake Havasu.
That was a really good throw. It was a good route. Again, it was one of those intermediate routes, 10-yard route, sideline. He gets the ball to him, gives him an opportunity to turn his shoulders and make a move on the defensive back. So those are the types of passes and plays that I'd like to see, because that gets him going and it gets him that confidence. And before you know it, he'll hit those deep routes.
The back judge throws a whistle and stops play here, and he's going over the Havasu sideline for some reason. Yeah, as the back judge came all the way in and blew the whistle, blew that dead. He's talking to the Havasu sidelines, and I don't know if there was a sideline warning there or something. But anyway, so we're done with that. 9:53 to go in the game, 48-25 Havasu. As Enoch Watson brings the Panthers to the line in the shotgun here, standing at his own 45. Ortiz in motion there. Snap, back to pass, looks. Enoch, pass, complete, over the middle. At the 45, crosses the 40. And then he's still moving, go to the 35-yard line, still moving, he's down. That was number 25, Samuel Awanson, the sophomore receiver for Coconino. And Coach Mike Lapsey said, you're going to see some names that maybe you guys haven't called a lot this year, and that's one of those things where Awanson's been a kick returner. We haven't really seen him on offense. Now we see him on offense, and again, first down is Enoch Watson. Dare I say it, getting a little rhythm. Reggie.
Getting a little rhythm, that's what we're talking about.
Enoch in the shotgun again. Snap, back to pass, looks, swings it out. Complete to Cooper French, goes on the near sideline and pushed out of bounds. Nice pass and completion there for Enoch and Cooper French. And he gains about, looks like about maybe 8 yards, maybe 9, maybe a long 9 on the play, brings up 2nd and 1 for Coconino.
So you see a little pep in his step now.
Yeah.
He hits a couple of short balls like that. It gives him confidence. The team will build confidence. And before you know it, man, they're going to be a good passing team.
Enoch Watson, complete on the near sideline. Again, it's Andy Ruiz, but
that's what they can't do. He's got to catch that ball.
It looked like he turned before he caught it.
He wanted to run, turn. You got to catch the ball first. You got to catch the ball first. But that was a good throw. Another good throw.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly.
He's looking real comfortable, looking a little bit better right now. That's what we've been wanting to see out of this young man.
3rd and 2 for Coconino at the Knights 27-yard line. Ortiz goes across the motion there. Snap, bat to pass. Leanick looks, pressured. Complete to Matias Ortiz for the first down. At the 25-yard line.
First down.
Yep, first down. I thought maybe I got ahead of myself, but I didn't right there. So absolutely a first down there by Matias Ortiz and the Panthers. So again, they move the change with 9 minutes to go. Again, we'll be in the Sky Dome next week. Flight Coconino for the 53rd time in football. For the Flagstaff City Championship, Coconino's won 4 straight in that game. Watson gets the snap, back to pass. Looks, got plenty of time. Now he's hit as he throws, and it's picked off at the 10-yard line by the Knights.
See?
That was is that Gavin Riggs again? Gavin Riggs. Man, he's had himself a game for Lake Havasu. I mean, I know we've mentioned Isaac Sopke's name, but Gavin Briggs has had a fantastic game for Lake Havasu tonight.
But see, this is again
second pick
another learning moment for Enoch. He had dropped back, he was in the pocket. He just kind of started sliding backwards and to the left, which he slid right into the defender. And the defender came in, and instead of him making a move and either going back right or sliding more outside, he tried the ball as he's getting hit. That's one of those mistakes that he'll learn not to do any longer. But that's the process of becoming a good quarterback. He made some really nice throws, short routes, threw a nice deep ball, even though it was incomplete. But that's the thing that once guys start putting a little pressure on him, he kind of panics and then doesn't make the best decision.
There's a give to Sopke. Flag on the play. He might be coming back, but there he goes. 50. Look at him run. 40, 30, 25. One man to beat. He may get tackled. 10. Down about the 5-yard line. Tackled there. That was a tackle made there by
coming back.
18, number 18 for Coconino. That's I don't think that was Villarreal. Maybe I'm reading the number wrong. But yeah, Sopke's down there just huffing because he made this run, and all of a sudden it's coming back on the holding. And again, the holding was right there, right in front of that hole. So Isaac Sopke, he's back there at the 10-yard line. He's going to take a breather. I mean, if that would have been complete, that would have been probably would have been 400 yards right there. And you see him, he's running off the field. Forget this. I'm taking a breather here.
But again, you see the pursuit. The Coconino team didn't give up. They still chased and actually kept him from getting in the end zone. So you got to be happy when you see that kind of pursuit, that kind of effort.
Sopke, look at him, he was leaping a little bit. All of a sudden, he just went to his knees and he was just out of breath. So 1st and 15 at the Knights 5-yard line, 8:19 to play in this game from Lake Havasu City. Here's the snap. Give is to the first man through. It's not Sopke. I guarantee you that. That probably, I think, is Gavin Briggs. Yeah, number 80. Man, just picked off the pass and gets a nice little gain on the play. Brings up second down. Gain about maybe 3, and then brings up 2nd and 13 or 8. Oh, I guess it was more than just a nice little game. It was a decent little game, like a 7-yard gain. That brings up 2nd and 8 at the Knights 12 with 7:46 to play. Final from Kingman. Lee Williams beat Flagstaff tonight 31-6. So that'll put an end to any, pretty much end of the playoff chances anyway, but they're playing for one game. That's the city championship game. Here's a handoff, first man through. Gavin Briggs again on the carry. And maybe we've seen the last of Sopke as he's now up kind of walking around over there and just coaches are talking to him over on the far sideline. Would not be surprised if maybe we didn't see him again tonight. I think I don't know. I can't remember. They got a game next week. I believe it's against Yunker. But again, if Yunker loses tonight, Lake Havasu gets the region title, which is the 4A Southwest region. But they do have one more game. It's right here against the Yunker Rough Riders next week. And then if everything holds, they'll sit back and see where they go in the 4A state playoffs. And I'm telling you, man, that kid gets any time against an upper seeded team. It's going to be it's going to be. I don't think I want to see Havasu with that running back in the playoffs. And again, Bradshaw's another one I don't want to see any part of.
Yeah.
Because just that defense. We have a score update from that game, the Crosstown Showdown, as Bradshaw leads Prescott 24-6 in the fourth quarter. Again, not a surprise. Yeah, Prescott scored, yeah. But not a surprise. Wow. Absolutely not a surprise.
No.
Because the way Bradshaw's defense has been playing the last month. I mean, like I said, they're the best defensive team in the region. And you're going to have to put up a good argument against me to try to convince me that they're not one of the best, if not at least top 5 defense in the 4A right now.
Right.
Granted, probably Cactus is number 1. Cactus is blowing out everybody at this point. That team Cactus is going to be in the open division. There's no doubt about that. Just go ahead and put them in. American Leadership Academy, Queen Creek, I don't know. I mean, they're still there. It's because teams in the open are losing, and that's why ALA Queen Creek's still there. And the AIA, by the way, they can be in the top 8 and be like 6 or 5. AIA can pull them right out and stick them in the 4A playoffs. They have that luxury. So I'm sure the ALA Queen Creek people want, like Ty Detmer, the head coach, a former Heisman Trophy winner, won't be happy if that happens. Then again, maybe they don't want to play in the open, and there's some teams that don't. Believe it or not. Here's a direct snap. Oh, by the way, as Isaac Soppy get back in the game and in the Wildcat, again, he got some oxygen in him and runs for another 12, 13 yards there, and a first down for Lake Havasu. And now I think Havasu might be trying to run out the clock, but then again, the way he's run the ball, I don't think you can run out the clock unless he just runs out of bounds or just dives or something like that.
Well, this is the way they can. He's out of the game right now. He just went back to the sideline.
Yeah.
So. He's exhausted.
Yeah, if your coach is like, you done enough tonight, kid. We're good. We're in good shape. Again, the Coconino Panthers got a long bus trip home tonight, probably 3.5, 4 hours. Wow. So they're not going to get back until like maybe 2, 3 in the morning. We'll be in Dreamland by the time they get back to town because we got a flight that's leaving Lake Havasu here in about an hour or so. Anyway, give us no, I'm horrible. Give us a first man for Havasu.
That's just me.
That's I know. Me. And that was Sam Miles, I believe they're on the carry there for the Knights. As we're down to 5:41 and change to play. 9:17 on the clock, by the way. So here we go. We're just over 2 hours tonight. Yeah, we're under 2 hours the last 2 weeks because of Bradshaw.
2nd and 9 for Knights on their own 28-yard line.
It was a lot of running tonight. Ran the clock pretty well, but
and we'll be joined by Coach Mike Lapsley at the end of the game after he talks with the team. Here's a give and nothing going there as the Panthers stack him up and to Gavin Briggs, and he's dropped. Matias Ortiz there, amongst others, and timeout on the field, and we'll keep it right here as timeout taken by Coconino. And like I said, what we'll do is because like we said, we have a flight to catch. We'll kind of do our wrap up right after in our first segment of post game, and then we'll take a break and we'll grab Coach Mike Lapsley in the second segment, and once we're done with him, we'll wrap it up and call the night here at Lake Havasu. So kind of we're changing up our format for the post game show a little bit so we can pack up and can't leave our pilot waiting for us there at the airport. So
tell you, this has been a nice game to see, man. We got a chance to see one of the best running backs that you'll see all year in Isaac Stopke for Lake Havasu. But then you also have a Coconino offense that kind of got recharged again, and so it was good to see this Coconino offense kind of respond. They were in the game right until the end of the first half, where they had a couple of quick turnovers and gave up some scores, but they didn't give up. They came back out here in the second half and still played well. And so that was a good thing. And, I was glad to see that, but I am so impressed by Isaac Stopke. Yeah. That young man was some kind of running back, but I tell you what, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
And the Knights have brought in the second teamers here as we have a new quarterback. Get you his name here in a second. He's going to carry on the near side and go around the back side there, and he goes out of bounds. That is number 15, Tyler Thompson. Actually a wide receiver on the roster, but he's a quarterback. He's a sophomore for Lake Havasu. Mickelson with the tackle there for Coconino as everybody's pretty much subbing in now. They're backups, and as we're 5 minutes to go here in the football game. As again, Lake Havasu leads Coconino 48-25 again tonight. Turnovers huge for Coconino. The wrong times, especially at the last minute of the first half, is just very inopportune times. And of course, Coconino's defense could not stop big number 23 Isaac Sopke as well. So, but the combination of two was a detrimental for Coconino tonight. But turnovers to me was kind of the bigger deal because it happened at just the wrong times in the wrong place. First punt of the night for Lake Havasu, by the way. And it's going to take a night bounce, and it's going to roll across the 40 and drop dead there about the 36-yard line for Coconino. And that's where the Panthers start first and 10 at their 36 with 4:19 to play. I'd like to thank, quickly, across the board. First of all, I want to thank the AD here at Lake Havasu. I can't say his last name. It's humongously, big and tough. Dustin is his first name. So I want to thank I've been talking to him for about 2 weeks about this game, and he helped us, point out directions to plug in and where to park and all that kind of stuff. Very easy to deal with. So I'll give Lake Havasu High School, their athletic department here, just major props for helping us out, getting ready here tonight. And their football, I talked to their football coaches when they scrimmaged Flagstaff earlier this year. Great guys, great coaches. So, these players are well handled here at Lake Havasu by a great group of coaches on this football program. As we have a carry there by Coconino. Cooper French on the carry. And bring up 2nd and 10. We'll see some things along the way here just a little bit. By the way, after this play, we'll tell you about some of the things we got going on here. As it's in the quarterback. There's a snap. Give is to Cooper French again. Breaks the line, crosses midfield, crosses about 45, and spins down about the 43-yard line. And that's a big run and a first down by Coconino as Cooper French gets more carries there. We're down to 3:41 to go in the game. So, by the way, again, you can listen to us on radio. We got multiple ways to follow us during the game. CAF Country 93.5 at AM 930 on the radio, CAFlegends.com online, and streaming video, play-by-play and all on YouTube. Great Circle Media TV is a channel there, so go and subscribe, by the way. We'll have the city championship game next week. Enoch Watson bat to pass. He's pressured, looks, and fires to nobody, incomplete. And that'll bring up a 2nd down. Again, we'll be at the Sky Dome, and we'll have complete coverage of the 53rd Flagstaff City Championship game. And Bubba and I are going to start early next week to try to figure out where he's going to hook up camera-wise. And that was going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll figure it out as we're already working with NAU as far as trying to figure out how we're going to do this. So, again, we expect to be on the radio, online, and, of course, on YouTube as well. And then we'll take probably a couple weeks off and recharge a little bit, and then we'll get ready for basketball season. Again, our first basketball game, November 30th at Coconino against the Tempe Buffaloes as they come up from the Valley as we start the basketball season. A 17-game schedule. Only have a couple games, basketball really in November and December, but we really kind of launch into it in January. And, of course, February is the state championship tournament. It's only got about 2.5 month season. So, and then at the off season, we start planning for how we're going to make this YouTube channel a lot better. And that's great now. And it's going to be a lot better come next year. We have a flag there on Coconino. It's going to be backed up there. Also, I want to give props to Bubba Gander, who's to my left tonight. He's the mastermind behind the YouTube channel and all we're doing video-wise. I know we're trying to find the right angles and all that kind of stuff, but, tonight we had some Zoom issues because we're only literally 5 rows behind the field. So you can't really do anything with the landmark. And running the camera tonight, my 14-year-old freshman at Coconino High School son, Ethan, is running the camera tonight. So proud of him as he's trying to figure it out on the fly as well. So yeah, it's all good. Family affair here in Lake Havasu here tonight.
Good team.
Yeah.
Good team.
Enoch Watson, here's a snap. Handoff. Cooper French goes on the near side, turns the corner, 50 to 40, breaks through the 35 to 30, keep running down inside the 30, about the 27-yard line. First down, Coconino, a nice run there by Cooper French.
So he should be over 100.
Yeah, I know Riker was for a while, so let's.
I think Cooper.
Let's give it a check. And by the way, we want to thank Dave Merrill with Coconino High School as he set up this great game. We have running stats online because of him, and I think Coconino is one of the only schools that actually has this kind of technology in place. So we have to thank Dave Merrill, give him a shout out too for the instant stats here. As a handoff there to Cooper. Cooper still moving his feet down about the 20-yard line. It's a nice run there. Cooper's at 16 carries, 87 yards. I believe that was as of the last run, so we'll keep an eye on that. See if we can at least get 200-yard rushers. That'd be something. I mean, again, turnovers have been killer for Coconino in this game. Just absolutely killer. Here's a snap to Enoch Watson. Pass to the near side. Oh, again, caught and dropped. And that was to number 2, Julio Andrade, the senior wide receiver for Coconino. And that's, again, you got to catch it before you turn upfield.
Yeah,
that's happened a couple times.
When your quarterback puts it right there for you, you've got to catch that ball. I mean, that's not anything, it'll look bad on Enoch Watson in the stat sheet, but those are on the receivers. You've got to catch that football.
Cooper's 17 carries, 94 yards. Here's a snap. Here's Cooper French. Let's see if he can get over 100. Turns the corner, and he's takes a run inside the 5-yard dive for the end zone. No, they're going to call him out of bounds just shy of the end zone, about the 1-yard line.
How can he be?
I know. He dove and knocked over the pylon.
You got to be kidding me.
I just give it to him here and score. But that's that he goes over 100 yards with that run right there. I mean, that was a good about a 20-yard run, and the pylon's still laying down there in the front corner of the end zone.
He reached, he dove.
Yeah, he dove, unless he stepped out. I mean, but again, the guy
if he stepped out, he would have been way back here.
Yeah, the guy who made the call was the back judge. So I don't get it, but anyway. Let's give it to Cooper here and let him score. Here's a snap. Enoch Watson gives it to Cooper French, and he's in the end zone, touchdown. See, that we did all solve this stuff out. By the way, that's Cooper French's 4th touchdown of the game. So good job on him. And again, another 100-yard game for Cooper. So now Coconino with 200-yard rushers tonight, both Riker Patton and Cooper French over 100 yards. So, the offense got together. I mean, that's the thing. And it's just, again, turnovers.
Turnovers killed them.
Turnovers and Isaac Zopke were the story of why Coconino is trailing and will likely lose this game. They're down now 17 with a minute 57 to go. As Coconino's going to go for 2 here. Man in motion, that's going to be Fossil. And now motion to Cooper. Here's a pass with 2 points, and it's caught. And no, it's incomplete. And that was intended for number 25. That is Samuel Lewanson. And so no good there on the 2. So with 1:59 to go, Lake Havasu leads Coconino 48-31 here in Lake Havasu City. I want to see when the rankings come out where Coconino is. And, right now, if you're a Panther fan and you're hoping that Coconino makes the state playoffs, you're hoping, one, that American Leadership Academy Queen Creek stays in the open. It gives you that extra spot. And obviously you've got to beat Flagstaff. Again, that's not really that good of a strength of schedule push, but I mean, you got to beat Flagstaff for sure, but then you've got to just see where everything falls. I mean, there's a good chance that Coconino's not going to make the playoffs, and here they were. First rankings came out, they were number 1. So, I mean, this has been, and like we talked with Coach Lapsey this week, it's been a strange season for these 2 games due to COVID, and who knows what that did to this team's psyche. 2 less games, losing to Prescott in overtime was brutal for them, and that may have taken a little bit of the shine off of that too. It would do for anybody. So, I mean, it's a tough year for Flag too. On top of it, for both Flagstaff high school football teams, this has been a brutal year.
Well, Coconino couldn't get any consistency at the beginning of the season because they weren't able to play. And then, the tough game they did finally lose because, they'd play a week, then they'd be out a week, then they'd play a week. And so they never could get consistency. They couldn't even get consistency in practices.
Right.
Because, they would have to take so much time off so they wouldn't have full weeks. And so that makes it a little difficult. It was a different type of season, but they started off playing football very well. Got some confidence, but then that Prescott game really, like you said, it took a lot out of them. It was a game that they thought they were going to win. They had an opportunity, went to the overtime, and I even felt like, okay, it's their game. They're going to 10 yards. Oh, they're going to get 10 yards easily. And then they got pushed back.
Yeah,
and then here comes, Prescott, they came down and scored theirs. And that kind of started the slide. And then you started seeing a little bit of the loss of confidence in the guy, with the guys. And so tonight, honestly, man, even though the score is pretty handily that they've gotten beat, they played well tonight offensively.
Without turnovers.
Offensively, and then those couple of turnovers, mental lapses, caused it to be a lot worse. But defense, they've got to find something defensively, because you get into a playoffs and you're going to find guys like Stopke, and so you've got to find a way to come together. But good learning experience. I know Coach he won't be happy with the loss and the turnovers, but he will be happy with the effort that the young men have had tonight, because they didn't give up. And that's all you want to see out of a team, even when they're getting beaten handily.
During Reggie's speech there, we saw an onside kick that went out of bounds, and then Sam Miles run there for Lake Havasu. So just to catch you up on in case you missed there.
Yeah, I got going.
It's been about 10 minutes.
I got going.
But I tell you what, that's like a locker room speech there, Rich. Well, here's a snap on as a keeper, and it's actually the Wildcat. And is that Sopke back in there?
No, really?
Yeah, Isaac Sopke.
You got to be
with
kidding.
the run, and that's it's about 10 yards. I don't know. Maybe he's in.
Were they trying to get him 400?
Well, he's not close to that, but timeout now. The last timeout, I believe, for Coconino with 1:44 to play. And maybe, this might be one of these things where Coconino's calling timeout, so they put their stud back in because they're calling timeouts. So I don't know. I mean, you never know with some of these things. But let me just see here. Get you an update while we do have a timeout. Riker Patton, 15 carries, 118 yards. Cooper French, 20 carries, 144 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So a good game for Cooper. Enoch Watson, 5 of 10 for 50 yards. Two picks, but 5 of 10, 50. That's probably his most consistent game in a while. Jacob Klaus was 2 for 2 and 14 yards throwing the ball for them. So together,
there were 2 drops too. By
7 of 12 for 64 yards.
Enoch threw the ball and there were 2 drops. So he's putting the ball where it needed to be.
Yep. And for Havasu, let's see if we can get an updated total here. He might be going for 400 yards. Isaac Sopke, 25 carries, 360 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He could be going for 400. I mean,
that's the only thing I
they're at
could
the 40-yard line. So, yeah, it may be.
The only thing I can think of. Otherwise, why would he be in this ball game at this point?
And he still is. He's on the right shoulder. And actually, the first-string quarterback's in there, too, Austin Head. So it looks like that Havasu's put the first string back in there, like top to bottom. Interesting. Here's a give to Sopke. Oh, my goodness. Crosses the 30. Down at the 25-yard line. And he stood up. And that is another 15 yards for Isaac Sopke. Now he's at 375. I would bet this is what this is. They're going to try to get him 400 yards here. Who's to stop him? They haven't stopped him all game.
Yeah, but that was the only reason I could think of him being in there, because we knew he was over 300.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew he was, pretty well over 300. And I'm thinking the only way in the world you would keep him in this game at this point is if you're trying to get some type of record or something.
Yeah, it's time that people kind of wake up and realize what's over here at Lake Havasu with this kid.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really. And now they're going to take a knee.
Now
that's
they're
good.
taking a knee. Good.
So, yeah, so 375. Maybe there's something.
Maybe he got a school record on that last goal.
Could be, yeah. And that'll be it. So 57, 56 seconds. And change 53. And Lake Havasu's not going to run another play. As we'll get down here and we'll take that timeout early and come back and start wrapping things up. And again, we'll be joined by Coach Mike Lapsley. I just want to get through most of our post game before he gets up here. So, and then that'll be our last segment. As again, now Coconino, again, we're going to have to wait and see where they are in the rankings when they go into the Flagstaff game. And there's a chance they may not make the state playoffs at this point, but it comes down to that last game of the year. Your final score, Lake Havasu beats Coconino here along the Colorado River, 48-31. We'll be back with the Crumble Cookie of Flagstaff postgame show next on the Highland Floor Coverings High School Sports Network.
1, 2, 3.
This has been the Game of the Week on the Highlands Floor Coverings High School Football Network. Tonight's game was brought to you by Highlands Floor Coverings, Big O Tires, Flagstaff Chevrolet, Sunnyside Market on 4th Street, Around the Mountain Pediatric Dentistry, Findlay Honda, Napa Auto Parts, American Trailer Company.
So those of on YouTube that are watching, like 40 of you right now, we are going to hang on with the post-game show, and we'll have Coach Lapsey on here a little bit. So if you want to hang tight and for the post-game show, you're more than welcome to. And, submit some comments here on the YouTube page. That's all good. If you got a question for Coach, we may use it on the post-game show. So if you want to post it up here on YouTube, that'd be awesome. If not, we wish you a good rest of the night and good weekend, and we'll catch you at the Dome next week for the Flagstaff City Championship game. But again, we'll stick it on. We'll keep the feed on here for the post-game show. Coach Lapsey is going to join us after he meets with a team over there. They're gathering in the south end zone.
Like tires, the team at Big O wants to help you protect your investment. That's offer both free tire alignment checks, alignment services, experiencing an offset steering wheel, premature and uneven tire wear, or lower gas mileage. It could be a sign your vehicle is out of alignment. So before you get new tires, stop into your local Big O for a free alignment check. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in Flagstaff in the Aspen Place at Sawmill, offering fresh baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup through the Crumble app or website. Have an event or special occasion coming up? Crumble Gifting and Catering has you covered. Check out their gourmet menu with over 120 flavors rotating weekly. The team at Crumble Cookies of Flagstaff would like to wish a great season to Flagstaff and Coconino High School football squads, coaches, and families. Listen for the Crumble Cookies Sweet Play of the Week.
Vince Lombardi is credited for saying, individual commitment to a group effort. That is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, a civilization work. Hi, I'm Britton Ridgway of the Oxendale Auto Group, and we know that providing you our best means working side by side with you, our customers, to provide consistent, high-quality teamwork across our 7 dealerships to bring you the winning combination of vehicle sales, service, collision repair, and more. Flagstaff Eagles and Coconino Panthers, we encourage you to keep on grinding to rise to the top. For more information, visit us at oxendale.com.
Welcome to the Crumble Cookies of Flagstaff post-game show on the Highlands Floor Coverings High School Sports Network. The show is brought to you by Crumble Cookies of Flagstaff. Now, for a wrap-up of tonight's game and interviews, let's head back to the stadium. Here's Dave Zorn and Reggie Eckelson.
Back here at Lake Havasu High School, the final score, Lake Havasu 48, Coconino 31, as we all go back to Flagstaff and get ready for the 53rd City Championship game between the Coconino Panthers and the Flagstaff Eagles. Let's take a look at the stat sheet coming in for this game. And Coconino finished with more yards offense than Havasu, if you can believe that, Reggie. 416 to 384. And they ran like 15, actually 25 more offensive plays, had the time of possession. But at the end of the day, big plays, turnovers. They had 4 turnovers to 1 for Havasu, which was the pick there by in the first half of 4 turnovers to 1. That and the night that Mr. Sopke had, there's your difference of the game. Turnovers crushed them. They had 2 right there in the final minute in the first half.
Yeah, and that's what did it. They were right in it the whole time. There was that potential that had they been able to go down and score right before the half and then get the ball in the second half, we could be talking about a different score. And unfortunately, they had 2 quick turnovers that Lake Havasu capitalized on both. And there was your ball game right there. But the one thing about it is Coconino came out second half and still performed. They tried to play hard and, ended up putting some more points on the board. So they, nothing to be ashamed of.
No. Coconino had 200-yard rushers tonight. Cooper French, 20 carries, 144 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And our Findlay Honda player of the game, Riker Patton, 15 carries, 119 yards, 7.9 yards a carry average for Riker. Had a solid game for Coconino tonight. Again, 200-yard backs. Can't complain about that, but can when you lose 48-31, that's for sure. Tackles tonight, Jonathan Padilla and Tyler Reagan both had 6 apiece. Andy Ruiz had 5 as well. JT Begay, Jacob Klaus, Matias Ortiz all had 4. So good attempt at tackling anyway for the Coconino Panthers. Passing, 7 of 12 for 64 yards passing tonight for Coconino. So again, they had 416 yards of total offense for 398 for the Lake Havasu Knights. And going over their marks, and we don't really have to do much, honestly, as it's Isaac Sopke. 26 carries, 374 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He averaged 14 yards a carry for Lake Havasu. And we knew coming in that guy was going to be a beast, and he's going to be hard to stop. And, man, he proved us right and then some. And I tell you what, he's definitely going to be my nominee this week for the award, which is the Arizona Heisman, high school Heisman here. I hope he gets it. I'm going to get a couple of other people to help me vote for that. And yeah, what a player, a junior, 6'2", 15. Man, it's a tough kid, no doubt. A tough kid for Lake Havasu.
Yeah, he was a load, and he was the thing that we knew he was a good ball player. That heard a lot of things about him, a lot of really good things. And to actually see him live and see him do what he did tonight was, it just solidified, how all the good things I've heard and how good he really is.
James Douglas, defensively for Lake Havasu, defensive lineman, 12 tackles tonight for Lake Havasu. A good football team, well coached, and they're going to be in the 4A state playoffs. And like I said, depending on what Yonkers does tonight, they lose, they're going to be region champs tonight. And if not, they'll be region champs. Havasu will be region champs next week. And actually, Coach Lapsley is going to come up and join us right here, here on the post-game show. As soon as he figures out how to put a headset on, it's okay. We've done this for 5 years. No, anyway, Coach. I mean, tough game tonight. Obviously, it comes down really. Turnovers, especially those 2 killer ones in the first half, and then you couldn't stop their big man running the ball. And when you look at it, those are the 2 biggest factors, I think, for us. Offensively, you guys played well, and 200-yard rushers. That's not bad either. But the end of the game, turnovers are killers. It is anyway.
Yeah, we beat ourselves offensively. Those miscues cannot happen towards the end of the half. I thought we had some good momentum going into the half, and those are killers. Those are momentum swings, and we've got to be able to eliminate that stuff.
I thought you guys came out pretty well. I mean, even though they scored the first touchdown, but you came right back and went old school a little bit with the double wing, and they couldn't have been ready for that because he only showed like 3 or 4 times, I think, this year, and it showed. I mean, you go back with what kind of what you guys were known for the last couple of years, and I'm guessing it's probably why Jacob started at quarterback, because he's just a little bit more used to it than probably Enoch was, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's always been the guy in that package, in that double wing package. We haven't shown it a lot this year. I thought it would be really good for our offensive line to get back to their identity this game, and I think they did a really good job. Unfortunately, those turnovers just kind of stopped their drives.
Yeah, a lot of good things happened tonight, though.
I agree.
And one thing that I was really impressed, even when those turnovers happened and they got down as far as they did, they didn't give up. No. The passion I saw again tonight for a change. Hadn't seen it for a little while.
I agree.
But how do you feel about that?
I agree. It's a little easier to swallow when your guys are given everything they got, even when you're down like that, and even you kind of can see what the outcome's going to be. There was a lot of guys that really fought hard, and that makes you proud as a coach, because that's kind of the culture that you develop. And the kids, they fought really hard, and so it makes it a little bit easier. Still hurts, but it makes it a little bit easier to see those guys fighting.
I pointed that out a couple of times when Stopke kind of broke a couple of long runs, and the guys chased him down.
Yep.
That was impressive.
Never giving up. Yeah. That's kind of the defense is always fly to the football, and those guys could have easily stopped and let him score, but they kept running him down. And so those are some shout outs we just gave those guys for the hustle.
Good.
They deserve that. We just got to get better moving forward.
Well, next week in the Sky Dome, as long as we've been calling games, Coconino has won that last game of the year. We've never called a game that Flagstaff has won in that game. And, obviously we wish, things were more on the line, but it is now with what it is, and it comes down to that last game, prize on the line. You know they're going to be ready. I know you guys. This is no motivation week. You don't have to say anything. It's just Flagstaff. So going into this week, what do you guys need to work on? Where do you need to get your guys' heads when you go in the Dome to take on Flagstaff next week?
You're right. They won't need motivation or any speeches or any of that kind of stuff. We just got to clean up those errors, at least offensively. We've got to make sure that the turnovers don't happen, the penalties don't happen. Those are drive killers or momentum killers. And we got to make sure that happens. That's where we're at offensively, defensively. I know Coach West will have a great game plan for that.
Good.
Yeah, and playoff-wise, we'll just kind of see where the chips fall. I mean, at this point, the 4A's got 2 teams in the open. If that stays that way, there's 2 extra teams to get in. So coming in this week, there's 4 teams in the region that we're in. So you never know how these things play out, obviously. But, I know you guys will be ready next week, and it's going to be another classic Flagstaff Coconino City Championship game in the Dome next week.
Absolutely. I want to give a quick shout-out to Lake Havasu.
Yeah.
They played really well. They got some great talent. Their coaching staff is amazing. This is probably one of the most welcoming venues that I've ever been to. From when we pulled in, with the bus till right now. So just a shout out. Those guys played really well. I wish them, continued success.
We want to echo that because we've been working on this for a couple of weeks, and their AD was anytime I had a question, boom, instant response, and here's how you do it. It was amazing. You're right. I mean, this is the class program, class area, class kids, school teachers, you name it. They do things right here, and we wish them the best too. And maybe we don't want to see him next year until that kid graduates because he's only a junior. Man, what a player! But
he's good. He was good.
Yeah, safe travels back to Flagstaff, and we'll see you next week and get ready for Flag at the Dome.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Coach Mike Lapsley is he leaves here, and we'll catch up with him and Coach Manning too next week during practice and get everybody ready for the 53rd City Championship game in the Sky Dome, Flagstaff and Coconino. We'll take a break and wrap things up next on the Highland Sport Coverings High School Sports Network.
We all save up for things, only to have what we saved up spent on things we weren't actually saving for. Like tires. The team at Big O wants to help you protect your investment. That's why we offer both free tire alignment checks and realignment services. If you're experiencing an off-centered steering wheel, premature and uneven tire wear, or lower gas mileage, it could be a sign your vehicle is out of alignment. So before you get new tires, stop into your local Big O for a free alignment check. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hey, football fans, the team at Knackered Pepsi would like to take a moment to wish a great season to the Coconino Panthers and Flagstaff Eagles high school football teams. With nearly 80 years of operations in northern Arizona, the team at Knackered Pepsi knows that it takes a village to make a great team, so they'd like to recognize the players, coaches, trainers, band, cheer and dance squads, student body, teachers, parents, alumni, and all their fans and supporters. Keep on grinding your way to the top, and best of luck this season.
Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in Flagstaff in the Aspen Place at Sawmill, offering fresh baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup through the Crumble app or website. Have an event or special occasion coming up? Crumble Gifting and Catering has you covered. Check out their gourmet menu with over 120 flavors rotating weekly. The team at Crumble Cookies of Flagstaff would like to wish a great season to Flagstaff and Coconino High School football squads, coaches, and families. Listen for the Crumble Cookies Sweet Play of the Week.
Back here on the Crumble Cookie of Flagstaff post-game show again. The Havasu beats Coconino 48-31. By the way, props to the Coconino fans that showed up tonight. A lot of parents. We had a pretty full side here with Coconino Panther parents. That's a long drive for these guys to make, and we had a pretty full section over here along with us tonight. And so shout out to everybody who traveled over here from Flagstaff for the Coconino fan base to come over here. I also want to give a shout out. I mentioned Dave Merrill earlier. He's got a student assistant with him, Ava Gray, who is Joe Gray, my good buddy. His daughter, or freshman, helped him out today. So there you go, Joe. Your daughter got a shot out there. I meant to get to it, but Reggie, had to explain for like 5 minutes the positions of offense and whatever he was talking about. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, I mean, we appreciate everybody, who's got a part of all this, and we'll get our thank yous here momentarily. Let's go a quick scoreboard. Again. The Bradshaw Mountain Bears, and what a run this has been for Bradshaw over the last month. Just total domination of everybody in the region. Bradshaw wins tonight 24-6. They win the region title, and they will be a force to be reckoned with in the 4A playoffs with that defense. Again, 9 points allowed in the last 4 games from Bradshaw Mountain. That is incredible defense being played by the Bradshaw Mountain Bears. Flagstaff loses tonight down the road in Kingman. And let's see if I can grab a score right quick. That was 31-6, Lee Williams over Kingman tonight. So, again, Flagstaff's going to come into that game 5-game losing streak, I think, 4 or 5 games, something like that. Again, throw the records out next week. It's Flag and Coconino. It's going to be a fun game, as usual. That game usually is, again, in the Sky Dome. I think all the finals we got actually looking around as far as any of the action around Northern Arizona and any of the other games. Didn't really see too much other things going on. So, by the way, check AIE365.com for all the scores if you want to look at all the scores. They're going to have them up on the rest of the night. So, again, let's check it out quick. The stats again. Coconino over 400 yards of total offense, 416 to 498, 398. Excuse me, for Havasu. They actually adjusted the passing yards, so 398 for the Lake Havasu Knights. Again, Cooper French 20 carries, 144 yards, 4 touchdowns for Coconino. Riker Patna over 100 yards. He is our Finley Honda player of the game. And Isaac Sopke, this junior, 6', 215 running back for Lake Havasu, 26 carries, 374 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Amazing game by that kid, and honestly, again, by all of Lake Havasu and the Knights. I want to give a ton of thank yous. I want to thank you to our Great Circle Media team, our owner, Roger, who made sure that we had easy transport here and back home tonight, and of course, the people who brought us here tonight. I also want to thank, again, everybody at Lake Havasu has been awesome dealing with really the last week or two and trying to set this up to come over here. My first trip to Lake Havasu. I mean, I'm, obviously most places there's positive and negatives, but the sunset I saw tonight
was nice.
That just eclipsed everything. That was amazing over the river and lake. To Paige Daniels, so I've got to give an additional shout out. She not only ran the game tonight, but I don't know if you listened earlier to our CAF stations. She did her first newscast today in the afternoon, and that may become a staple for us. I'm horrible at secrets, but great job by Paige preparing and working hard and getting on the air today. I'm very, very proud of her and my little Padawan at work. Also want to thank Bubba Gardner and all his work putting our broadcast on YouTube tonight. By the way, if you missed it, it should be up. You can watch it again. Oh, actually, I think we're probably still up online. I don't know. I let him do these things. I don't know anything about video. I want to thank him and all his hard work, and we're going to just keep adding to that channel. Great Circle TV, Great Circle TV. What is it? Great Circle Media TV? Media TV. I'll get it right eventually. Great Circle Media TV on YouTube. Go to the channel. Go subscribe. We will have next week's Flagstaff Coconino football game online on that one, of course, on our radio and our streaming as well. But we're really going to build up that YouTube channel to something that's going to be awesome. It already is. Bubba does a weekly show on there for high school athletics in Flagstaff. Go check out all his shows. He does a great job with that. And special thank you to my 14-year-old boy, Ethan, who ran camera for the first time for Bubba. So everything that was perfect from a he's laughing right now. Hey, like I'm going to throw him under the bus. I got to, no, but he's a freshman at Coconino. He's actually in that film production class over there, so he got firsthand experience tonight.
That was great.
I couldn't be more happy for him and proud of him tonight as well. For Reggie, again, man, we're down to one more game, and Lord knows what else, but at least one more game in the Sky Dome. Flag and Coconino, our 5th one. We'll see maybe if Flagstaff wins one while we're broadcasting it. Maybe if it's Coconino, we may not be asked to go back to a Flagstaff game, by the way.
I know.
But we may be a bad luck for them. But thank you as always. This trip has been fun for us. It's a first on many levels for us. And again, Havasu's a great, beautiful stadium, great city, and it's time to go home. It's been a long week. For Reggie, for Bubba, for Ethan, for everybody involved in the broadcast, I'm Dave Zorn. Again, a final score from Lake Havasu. It's the Knights of Lake Havasu High School 48, Coconino 31. We'll join you back at the Sky Dome in Flagstaff next Friday night, 7:30 kickoff, 7 o'clock for the pregame show right here on the Highland Fort Coverings High School Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
This has been the Crumble Cookies of Flagstaff post-game.
It's time for Coconino Panther football, brought to you by Great Circle Media TV. And now, here's Dave and Reggie with the Pick and Run pregame show. It's time for Coconino Panther football, brought to you by Great Circle Media TV. And now, here's Dave and Reggie with the Pick and Run pregame show.